Sorry.
Just like a panic shutdown.
You got a little too eager.
Panic shutdown M83.
My apologies. It just sounded like it just sounds like Konnor wants to fight, you know?
Sounds like you want to fight.
I have a power washer.
Oh.
Scary. Is that a threat?
We'll wash you right up.
I will blast you with 2100 psi water.
Wait, was that thing you were putting together? I thought it was a lawnmower.
It's a power washer.
I thought it was a lawnmower this whole time.
Girl, what do you mean? I even was like, oh, power washer simulator was cool.
Yeah, I just assumed
that it was a something else. That's fair.
That it was a something else.
That's
like
fair.
You
No, that was a power
together
washer.
A lawnmower, and then you're gonna.
I did put together a lawnmower.
Oh, okay.
Not today, but at a different point in time. So maybe like 3 years ago.
Oh, see, I was just. My head was 3 years ago, apparently.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But also, like, my grandma doesn't like when I mow the grass, so. I'm an old man when it comes to mowing the grass. I will take a long time.
Ah, I see.
I just like to take my time to mow the grass.
Sure.
You know, I don't know. Why get it done in 20 minutes when I can get it done in 40 and have a good time?
That's gonna be loud. So aside from putting together a power washer, how's everyone doing?
I'm good now that it's the weekend. I had the craziest work week.
Dude, your week was so fucking crazy.
It was so insane. So I don't know if anybody else here knows what I do for a living, but I'm a supervisor over a team of therapists working with like really, really sick, like highly acute mentally ill individuals. And on Monday, it came out that one of my therapists was taking advantage of a client sexually. And so that...
Good God.
That was so much to deal with this week. So much. And of course, this guy like disappeared immediately as soon as everything came out, and we had to like hunt him down all week, and police were involved, and it was just insanity. But yeah, that sucked. And then I had to fire a different staff member on Friday. So it's been a week. I'm very excited to, not be me for 4 hours.
That is fair.
It was so ridiculous all week. I'm just like, how is this happening?
Yeah, that sounds like so much.
Yeah. I'm like, big, stupid, dumb idiot. I can't believe he did that.
As an ex-supervisor, firing people was one of my most hated things to do.
Oh, God.
Even if they deserve it, it's horrible.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, no, the person I fired on Friday absolutely deserved it, but it was still awful. I was shaking the entire time.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. I'm glad she's gone, though, because she was really a pain in my ass, but it wasn't fun to move through that process.
Right.
And then the other guy, the criminal, is being put on paid admin leave, which is way more than he deserves.
What?
Yeah, I know. Because HR has to do like an investigation, and it's so stupid. I'm like, we have so much evidence.
Government office has to cover their ass.
I know.
Well,
the worst.
Hopefully after his night's vacation, he literally goes to jail.
Yeah, I really hope so. I keep checking. It's not healthy, but I keep checking the Kern County inmate search to see if he's incarcerated yet.
This stuff takes a really long time, unfortunately.
I know. I keep checking.
It'd be like a year before you hear anything.
I know. I'm like, damn it.
So sad.
Yeah. So, If Steris has any excess rage, you know why. It's gonna let it out.
Gotcha.
Watch out, humans. This one will eat you.
Don't worry, they're already nervous.
I'll lend you a barbarian rage.
Thank you. You share one of your rages with me. That would be funny.
My dog was sleeping nicely, and then I put out a treat for if he got, like, bored or whatever. He immediately snatched it up, moved it somewhere else, came back, and just started whining.
Well, you
Activated.
fell right into his trap.
Apparently. It's
You right into it. You walked right into that shit. You were like, oh, my dog's being a good boy.
It's been
Maybe I'll
like
get a treat for him for later.
garbage and
And
snowy
then he's
and
like,
cold.
treat for now?
Yeah, well, he
Treat
didn't
for
even eat it,
now.
right? He just moved it somewhere else. He just went and, like, buried it in his, like, dog bed blanket or something.
What?
Is this... I don't think this is unusual behavior, but... Because it's not like a
Okay, well, I
chicken
can't say
jerky
anything
or
because
something.
like
It's like a bone.
my dog would always get the worst shits when he would eat treats. So it was like
I see.
I would give him like rice balls,
Ah,
but he would have to like eat them immediately because he was a doxy and they're like really food motivated. So like food doesn't make it long enough to be stashed.
no. The only time Jozu goes after bones is when he's bored. He doesn't just like, oh, I have this, so I'm going to chew on it now.
That's fair. I guess I never gave Hercules like a bone. I couldn't hurt his little terrier teeth.
Aw, poor baby.
And he was like the runt, so he had like dental issues basically, and I was told not to give him hard things. I was like, okay,
That's fair.
rice balls it is.
Balls it is!
Rice balls it is.
Just plain white rice, or did you give him anything fancy?
Oh, just plain.
Oh, okay.
What? You can't.
And he still got the shits with just plain white rice?
No. The white rice is
Oh.
fine. It's just like
Oh, okay.
it's just not like a dog treat.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like giving your dog broccoli.
Nice.
You know?
If you put like a dot of peanut butter in the middle, my dog would eat a rice ball for that dot of peanut butter.
Do you think your dog would eat rice?
If there was peanut butter in it.
You think?
Absolutely.
Have you tried giving your dog just rice?
No, not really. Not since he was like small dog and had he got sick a couple of times. So give him rice then. But other than that, no. So not in like a couple years. I will say he fucking stopped eating carrots. He loved frozen carrots. And then he stopped loving them and ignores them.
Makes so much sense.
He'd be so excited. Like, I don't know. He was just a puppy. Anything was exciting when he was a puppy. You like throw an ice cube on the floor and he'll kick it around and chase it around the house on his own. I miss that. I see Voraktee is here.
Hello.
Hello. So I would like to give the recap for a hero point. I know Konnor elected himself, but also Konnor missed half of the last session.
That'd be so funny if you gave the recap.
Yeah, historian.
I'll pass, but thank you for the offer.
I think Voraktee needs the dice the most, to be honest.
Oh boy, we're at this old song and dance again, are we?
It'll be the same song as dance as long as you're the face. It's very important that the face always has extra dice.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let me pull up my notes.
Also, I had to rewrite all of my notes because I couldn't read them yesterday.
What happened?
You know,
How did you rewrite them if you couldn't read them?
it's because if I go back and look at my other notes that I also can't read, I can tell what letters they are.
You're deciphering your own hieroglyphics, huh?
Yeah, like literally. It's like I'm deciphering my own chicken scratch. And I'm like, wow, this is
Actual hieroglyphics. This is why I only type notes, because I
Literally.
won't be able to. I wouldn't be able to read my handwriting either, honestly. Especially if I was just hurriedly like noting stuff down during the session. Okay. So last time on Monsters Against the World, Monsters versus the Dominions. We went to old Augustine's friend's house, Luca. He owns a little tavern in the dwarven part of the city, and he's used to people coming as star dreamers, and he interprets the dreams. He actually does that legitimately, as far as he knows, and tries to send them to wherever he thinks the dream is kind of indicating they go. The way we approached the situation made him a little antsy, and so he kind of signaled to two of his buddies that he paid to watch his back in case something like this could happen. He signaled to them with a flower pot and closed the shutters, saying, "I need help, probably." And so as we kind of started talking to him, things got a little more tense. And then his two buddies showed up, a half-orc and a deep gnome? Deep rock gnome or deep gnome?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone to the bone. And things escalated, but when Scene of Action totally obliterated Luca with his eye beams.
Truly stared him down.
Literally stared him down. And Turris Ironcrad, my character, grabbed Luca and kind of like held a dagger to his throat, saying like, "This stops now. You know, we have your boss hostage. Stand down." Which they did so, and we healed him and kind of kept the other two chill until the guards showed up. One was racist. The other was a little more grizzled and kind of knew better, but handled the situation that Turkin was kind of acting as the guard front door, and things were getting more and more tense again until Luca got back up and said, "Okay, I'll handle the situation. Just let my two guys go," which we did, and he handled the situation. And explained all that stuff, that he does interpret dreams and sends them to where he thinks they should go, as well as he believes that we are agents of the Four, which directly oppose the old gods that he's trying to kind of help save, essentially. He is taking it based on his own faith that his dreams are correct and are guiding him in a positive direction for both himself and the world. And we might have shaken his faith a little bit, but he is still mostly steadfast in that. And we left him be. We did find out that. Oh no, sorry. We were visiting Oriole, not Luca. Luca's the dwarf that we're sent to find, the one that was a starter. My bad. So Oriole was the interpreter, and he told us to go to Colmacourt, which is the drow city nearby, where Luca is probably, hopefully, safely kind of hanging out there or something. We switched gears because we found out that the king of the city that we're in, it has been trapped in a cave-in, as well as a number of foreign dignitaries, other nobles. And so we said, you know, it might be a good idea to, like, before we leave, Luca's probably not in, like, grave jeopardy. Let's take a look at the situation before we kind of dive literally further down towards the Underdark. So, Turris, my character, rounded up the friendly earth elementals that we made friends with, and brought them to the cave-in area that was told that nice word. That was that both the rest of the kind of gathering elementals as well as the nobles who disappeared all disappeared in this cave-in. After talk with the captain of the guard, he did not kowtow to our desires to try to help with the cave-in. So it was Isha that suggested to the earth elementals that were our friends to just burrow down and go around, which they did, and it worked out perfectly. At that point, the captain's like, well, be my guest. If there's a cave-in, it's not my fault, and you got what you deserve. And we're like, yeah, screw you. We're good. And we were good, as we found all the noble guardsmen, which we found out are from two different other kingdoms, Tamil and Lenova. And there's another king, King Rurath, with our king, King Firan, and as well as a queen that we did not get the name of. We found that they were captured by the earth elementals, and after speaking to an elemental made of horse and man, that actually just looked like a horse and half a man, who was apparently their leader, he agreed to allow time to get them back home and let the nobles go for now. And kind of everyone just chills out for a bit, takes a breath. And that's basically where we left off. We freed the nobles, and we're basically kind of being held accountable for this oath of this pact of getting the earth elementals home at this point.
Indeed.
Did I miss anything?
Any comments or additions?
Nope, you corrected yourself about the whole Luca Oriole thing.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, the three nobles that you had found were just released from their cage by this strange Dullahan earth elemental creature. There's like kind of a brief discussion between them. Ruth kind of like looks at the party, says, I don't have my things here. Does anyone have chalk? No.
You're going to do it here.
Seems a good a place as any.
Stairs will hand him a piece.
Okay.
Why wait?
Isha will like glitch away and like back up and be like, this ought to be funny.
Thank you for filling the air.
Isha
Sorry.
brings out her popcorn.
Sorry about the dog.
You're fine.
So he takes the jock, nods to you, and then kind of turns to the big earth elemental and says, would you please make a large, smooth, flat surface? And he starts to kind of like shape the earth. And for a moment, Ruth kind of continues, kind of leading the discussion. Kind of turns and says, the others, I believe, are free to go. And the earth elemental, making this flat surface, says, the other two kings may. These people, and he kind of like gestures to the group. They are taking responsibility for this deal. They stay. And Ruth nods, doesn't have a problem with that, and kind of like turns to the dwarf king and the human queen. Says, "We'll see you shortly. You two, go with them as well." Says to his guards, and they kind of nod, walk along with them. And he says it's going to take about an hour for him to complete this ritual that he's preparing. Do you guys do anything in that time as the queen and the king depart with the 6 guards? and Ruth just starts drawing on this flat surface he's been given, this flat floor.
Let's see.
And I guess I should say the queen and the king both kind of like briefly nod to you and thank you as they pass for coming in and negotiating on their behalf. They don't really extend the conversation beyond that on their own, but they do, give a quick thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Give a little lazy salute as they head off.
The Queen of Town will kind of like looks a little amused at it, and like smiles and gives another nod. King Oyerfair and the dwarf just like looks exhausted and gives like a little half salute of his own.
I think Steris will be pretty diligently watching as Rurath works on. Is he working on some kind of virtual circle?
Yes, correct. He's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll an Arcana check to see if
okay.
if I can glean anything. I would imagine if it's possible for her to assist him, she would do so.
Okay.
But I don't. This might be out of her scope. Considering
Actually,
she's
I
level
want
1.
I want to take out my writing set and try to copy it as best as possible.
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah. That
He said artistic exercise.
Yeah. I think that
My
would
massively oversized writing set.
pad of paper that anyone else would need like an easel to. Yeah, I guess that would be crafting, unless you have some kind of lore or something else you think would fit better to copy this down. Oh, a common one would be.
Yes, my warfare lore skill.
Oh, okay.
Your warfare lore.
Do you need this as a secret roll or just a normal roll?
Give it to me as a secret roll, yeah. And Steris, is this a check to are you first kind of like trying to see what he's doing with the ritual, or is this like a roll to assist right away?
No, this is a roll to like identify the
Okay.
ritual best she can.
A lot of it is going a little bit over your head, but it does seem to be a ritual about teleportation.
Just choose one of the ones.
Okay. Thank you for that. I will note that down. Okay. Whoa. My alerts are so broken on the screen.
Are we certain that we have all the earth elementals here with us to send back, or are we just sending back a choice few?
The dwarf king, Lawyer Farron, he is specifically going to get the ones that they've like imprisoned.
Oh, okay. I was like, can you imagine? We're done, and there's like still just dozens of them still here. If this were.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, you know that this is kind of about teleportation, and you said you were considering trying to help. Do you, like, offer that to him?
Yeah, now that she kind of has a grasp, at least a little bit, of what's happening, she'll
you
offer to assist if he'll allow.
Right. He kind of, like, kind of waves you off, and he's like, I do not need help with this. This is well within my means, thank you.
She'll hiss a little and then go over to sit with Turgon.
I hope that Steris is critiquing the drawing.
Absolutely, she is.
You can definitely help him, help Turgon,
Yeah.
jot this all down.
That line's too thick. This one's at the wrong angle.
Okay.
Turris is simply sitting crisscross applesauce, and he's meditating.
Oh, meditating.
Oh, I had a question for the start of the session. Maybe we'll do this now while you sit crisscross, and you're meditating like you said. You're considering what has happened today. Do you have any thoughts on, your mind wanders maybe back to Oriol's place, where you kind of like you spotted his duplicity very quickly with the vase in the window, and you were quick to jump up and like hold a knife to his throat to get the others to stand down. Where do you think you haven't been in this world terribly long? Do you have thoughts about where you picked up these kind of cloak and dagger behaviors, impulses? Because spotting a vase in a window and thinking that's a signal for something. That's not like a conclusion that like an innocent fellow who's fresh-eyed, wide-eyed to the world might jump to,
That's actually precisely why he's meditating right now.
Aw.
I see.
Processing it.
Yeah, because he's actually processing everything that not only has happened around him, that he has like done himself.
Interesting.
And so he's just trying to like, he doesn't know. And he's like, why did I, follow that kind of line of thought? Is it once again all the predestination I was just supposed to know, or is there something else that's going on?
Interesting. And is there concern in this line of thinking, or is it like purely analytical, purely kind of intellectual?
Very intellectual, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it technically, it's the same kind of like conversation we had with about like Turris and Isha, where Turris does not know anything about Isha aside from the fact that for some reason he knows, Sphinx, and knows that Isha knows things and either doesn't say anything or says something at the precise moment that like is super important, and he's just like, that's just how it is. Like,
okay,
it's not concerning because it's led us in the right direction so far. So it's very, very kind of inflective and reflective of everything that's happened today.
I'm going to choose to ignore all of the puns happening in chat, and we'll just roll right along in Twitch chat.
Fun too.
All right. So other than this, everyone's kind of just chilling, waiting for Ruth to finish his little doodle.
It's doodle.
I'm trying to look as appealing as possible. I don't know. Someone might walk by. Looking for a break.
Stu is like putting on the thigh highs.
Got my leggy sticking out just a little.
Yeah, a
bit.
little leggy. has like a drape sticking out a little leg.
Yeah. Got a freshly new tailored seat. Don't know where I got it. It's soft if anybody wants to sit on it.
Well, the earth elementals definitely aren't used to wooden style chairs. They're just kind of looking at you curiously as you are trying to look appealing. And Rurith is a bit busy. He's mostly on his he's mostly like hunched over drawing this stuff, moving around a bit too much to make use of a chair. So really only the party is there to fall prey to the mimic situation going on, to this trap.
If you stand long enough, I will become more appealing to the
True.
party.
Yeah.
At some point. Just saying.
Our first player death will be from a player kill.
Please, I haven't eaten in weeks.
Please.
Oh no. Haven't had a PvP death in a campaign in like 10 years. Ish.
Means we're due for one, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, statistically the big one's coming. Okay, so he kind of continues sketching this out. It's you know, like you said, takes about an hour. About like 30 minutes, 45 minutes in, the details kind of become clearer of this little ritual. Oh. While he's sketching this out, the scene of auction, you're not here at all. But, you know,
Nice.
you departed the party quite some time ago, right? You went to go play another show at Neria's. Envoy was there. He said it had you had a very excellent rhythm, very steady. You could appreciate that.
Mhm.
Do you want to give a perform check for how it went, or do you not care?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, let me.
Best show of your life style thing. Like, you brought people in who were out staring at the rising star, the new star in the sky, and you brought them into the inn. Your music went out into the street, and their attention was caught by a different rising star.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was Scene of Action playing, or Auction playing, Bad Moon Rising?
Naturally.
There was never mind. Sarah and I both had that for our characters in our
Yes, we did.
playlist for another campaign.
Yeah.
So anyway, so excellent show. And then do you go? What are your priorities after the show? Do you try to go find the party? Do you try to go meet up with everyone?
Yeah, probably. Scene would probably try and figure out where they went, and maybe just ask around, like ask the owner of the place he was playing.
Yeah.
If they had any idea.
Neria definitely doesn't know.
Mm.
I think they probably told you that they were gonna go try to find the they were gonna go try to find this cave-in and try to find the missing royalty. They probably filled you in that was the plan.
Okay.
So you can definitely, like, you know, Neria hasn't seen them. They haven't come back here yet. You know, they didn't stop in while you were at the show. Unfortunately, they missed it. But you can head to the tunnels and kind of probably pretty easily find where the cave-in was.
Scene will do that.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take much asking around. In fact, there's like quite a commotion as you like go and start looking. And there's would you recognize I don't know exactly where you're from. Would you recognize the king of Montecalana? Like this city and like the dwarf part of the kingdom. He's not like the king of the whole country, but he's like one of 3 kings of kind of the
He
Commonwealth.
would recognize him, but not know who he is.
What does that mean?
Like he would know that he's seen
Ah,
this like person before.
I know that guy from somewhere.
that face looks familiar.
He's like, I don't
Oh,
know.
I know. He's a fan.
Yeah, or is he like a lead singer of a band he's into?
So there's like kind of a commotion, and you see like a kind of going down one of the tunnels. As you follow this commotion, there's just like an entourage of now a bunch of guards, and yeah, this dwarf and this woman both in very like fine clothing, a little bit like dirty and worn down looking, but being escorted by these guards. And the guards are just like telling people who kind of like peek out of their windows or step into the streets, like, you know, stand aside, make way. So yeah, what do you do from there?
I guess. So there's like a ton of guards around.
Yes, yeah. There's like a group marching at the front, a group marching at the back, and then a few kind of like flanking the two VIPs, boxing them in.
So I think Scene would just walk up to one of them in the back and like tap them on the shoulder.
Yeah, he whips around. He's like, "Whoa, you need to back up. These are very important."
What's going on, man? Oh, who's in town? I didn't see any listings for a show.
They're not here for a.
Is it? Who are you gonna say, huh?
They're not here for a show. These two are royalty, one of which lives here. One is the king of this very city.
You've lost me. I haven't heard of that band.
Have a good day, sir. You need to back up. And he like kind of like puts up a hand and takes a couple steps back and returns to his formation in the box, in the escort.
And where's the party? Where am I trying to get to?
They were trying to find the missing kings and queen, who had gotten like lost in some kind of cave-in.
I love that band.
The missing kings and queen.
Yeah, so Scene would go back up to the guy and tap him on the shoulder again and be like,
This poor man.
you know, you were talking about a king of the city, I believe. Do you know, have you heard of a missing king and queen anywhere? Do you know where I can find them?
Right in front of him.
He turns around, flabbergasted, and just is like, these are them. They were missing. They were found. They came back. We are.
Oh, that's great. Do you know who found them? Can you point me in their direction?
He looks confused for a moment. He's like, they said some kind of bat creature with sand for a face, a large bull man.
Okay, yeah. Can I
kind of like looks you over? He's like,
really quick. Can you let me through really quick?
Let you through.
I just need to talk to them.
And at this point, the queen kind of like holds up a hand and like stops the group, stops the escort, and kind of like looks over some of the guards, like, excuse me, and pushes through. It's like, you sound.
First of all, do I recognize her as a member of any band?
As a member of any band. Go ahead and make.
Or do I think that she is a member of a band?
Roll a society check.
Perfect.
Not a member of any band.
Okay.
Definitely familiar. Not a member of any band. She is the Queen of Temel. I don't know if you know that or care.
Okay.
But that check is high enough to know that.
Okay.
And she kind of like pushes through. She's like, sounds like you're looking for folks who found us.
Yeah. We got split up. You know, I had to go perform at a big show. Maybe you heard of it. Maybe. It was pretty good.
She furrows her brow for a moment and then like goes back to like just confused and then goes back to neutral face. And then turns back to talk over her shoulder. Yeah, over her shoulder she says, Luna, if you don't mind, could you take this kind fellow to find his friends? And one of the guards in green, which like we recognize as maybe the one that was kind of talking sense to the other guards when they were a little bit freaked out when the party first found the 6 royal guards. But she kind of nods. Of course, Cinebakshan has never seen her before, but the rest of the party has. She nods and kind of like pushes through the guards, leaves formation, says, I reckon I can find our way back down the tunnels. And
that'd be great.
after a moment, she's like, Luna, and kind of like bows.
Yeah, I guess Scene would respond, Cinebakshan, and then sort of bow, I guess, just like face his eye to the ground for a sec.
Yeah. It's a pleasure. Your friends helped us mightily. This way, and she'll start leading you down.
Okay.
And then we'll jump back to the rest of the group as you're making your way through a few rocky tunnels. The rest of the group, Ruth is finishing up that circle, as I said. And kind of stands up, looks satisfied. He'll just like leaves the chalk kind of on the ground where it was. And he's going to turn, kind of like look over the group, and say, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what
He turns to Turkan and says, you there. You look like you have a big voice. What is your name?
Turkan, what do you need?
Any last name?
Why?
You just seem like a good fellow to know.
Shut up, B. Storm Skull. This is the closest trans.
He nods. And then kind of holds out a hand to this this circle and says a couple of incants a couple of words that kind of echo around the chamber, and it starts to light up this circle. It's not huge. It's like, you know, probably about large enough for one person to stand in at a time, and does that, and then he turns to the large earth elemental. Let me see. Just throw one of these out. Okay. Turns to the large elemental and starts talking. Says, I will uphold my end of the bargain, but none of us have time for this right now. And like, even as he starts saying the first half of that, everyone gets kind of this feeling of like, oh, he's pulling one over on us. And he starts to walk into the circle. The large elemental, and if anyone has something they would like to do, you don't have long, but you have like an action or two that you can try to do something if you would like. The large earth elemental, just in this booming voice that shakes the cavern even more than Rurith's incantation did, just shouts, "Liar!" and like dives into the earth.
I'm gonna charge at him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. You charge at him, and what would you like to do?
Try to knock him away from the circle.
Okay. Go ahead.
What do I need to roll for that?
It would be athletics versus athletics versus his fortitude, I think, for pushing.
Yeah, for shove, yeah.
Ah, no.
You're a little off.
Hold on. Nope.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
Gonna go ahead and spin it early because I only got one roll last session.
Immediately.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Oh.
And then he pushes him and Steris throws him one of these.
A 20. Actually, hold on. Let's do this one. Okay. Tangling Vine. Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me the attack roll with that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're all
Not so fast.
we're gonna end up having to go into freaking initiative.
Oh. Oop.
I'll just load this up here. So you, Turkon, shove him away from the circle. I think that then this entangling vine, like, kind of smashes against this kind of like energy barrier around Rurith, and doesn't actually manage to hit him. The vines just kind of like splash over this barrier and disintegrate. It's kind of like in the shape of armor that like flashes around him and then disappears again once the attack is over.
Wow.
Can I make an argument for athletics for my initiative?
Yeah, definitely.
Since I'm already in the middle of a charge.
Yeah, and everyone, his turn is just going to have been, okay, I activate the ritual, I gloat, I walk towards the circle.
Gloat. What you get for gloating?
Let's see. This will probably shock all of you, but I did not actually have a character sheet done up for Rurith. I didn't think we would get a critical shove on him.
You kind of realize every time you don't think something will happen,
Yeah.
because of a critical,
Something's gonna happen.
it will happen.
I just
because
thought I
of
was gonna... He's not... How to put this? He looks like a high-level fellow, other than being incredibly old. Let me just
That doesn't
find...
mean Kirkon and Steris don't think they could take him. We're a little overconfident.
This is not precisely correct, but this will be our stand-in for Rurith.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Holy crap.
I don't actually want to participate in initiative.
You're just gonna sit. You're gonna statue.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them do this.
Okay. I will skip your
You should
turns
just
and tell
say-
you. Tell me
This will be
otherwise.
entertaining.
Yeah, I will simply wait for all of them to get one shot, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Stu and Scene, if you want to go ahead and roll initiative. Scene of action, we jump to your point of view, and Luna is like walking you kind of into this big open area. And she's like, I think it was right through here where we last. What in the world? And you see this scuffle breaking
Oh,
out
dear God.
between an old man and your compatriots. Oh, and I suppose we should bring out.
Well-
where is this man?
Thank you so much. I guess I'll take it from here.
Okay. Hi. All right.
Okay. That's fine with me.
I'll let you get a handle on the situation before I jump in with ya. All right. So. Oh wow, that's convenient. Turkon and Asteris went first. Turris, you can go ahead. You do only well, yeah. You're everyone's gonna be considered. You're caught off guard a little bit by this, so everyone gets like call it 2 free actions this turn.
Chris opens one eye, is like, did I miss something?
Does anyone in the party respond? You open your eye in time to see these vines splash across Rurith's barrier, mage armor thing going on. You see the earth elemental like dive underground. And Turkon appears to be like shoving this man.
If Turris says, "Did I miss something?" Isha says, "Does a bear shit in the woods?"
And I'm gonna say at the same time, yes, now fucking help.
We're all screaming at the same time. Sarah's is like, he lied. Get him.
Saving 2 nobles and killing 1. I wonder what the checks and balances are there. Anyways. All right. It's at this point that I'll you said we get up the how many actions this turn?
2.
2. Okay.
This is not a traditional Pathfinder roll. It's like you guys have a moment to react, and then the reaction turned into more. So now you have a 2-action turn.
I am going to. Well, let's see. I cast Warp Step, and that's 2 actions. Does that mean I can't actually walk this turn, or like does that stay active? It's concentrate.
Warp
so-
Step gives you.
Warp step lets you stride.
Yeah, it gives you like 1 move, 2 moves in the casting of it.
Okay, I stride twice.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you can get up. You can get up to the man. We'll say.
All right, I'll warp step to him.
Okay.
And say, I don't think that was a rather good idea.
Neither was interrupting me. We've already done the Earthman's turn. I'm kind of say he did his 1 action right away, and he's just preparing something. But none of you can see that
Ian is
anyway.
still
he's on the
paused,
ground.
by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we got this. We got Turk hands up on the man, shoved him. It was only it upgraded a fail to a 5-foot push, so you will have pushed him 5 feet away from the runic circle, which is gonna be, let me draw a beautiful runic circle.
I love that you guys fight up here.
This is our theater of the mind.
This is the indicator of their mind.
our gray space.
Yeah.
We love our gray space.
This is actually canonically the superpositions of everyone.
Mhm.
Okay. I suppose I should move the camera up here too. Oh, the camera can't see. What is going on?
We can't be in the gray space.
Can you guys see Barut, aka Rura?
Yep.
You can see that, man. Okay. The camera.
He's a
fucking
big guy though.
Can't. And I don't know what's going on. The camera sees
He's
none of
supposed
the.
to be as
No,
he's supposed to be as big as Kirkhan.
no. Rurith is not. I'm using a proxy here.
Just making sure.
Here. How's that?
Okay.
That's so weird. I don't know what. We'll refresh. We'll refresh the forge for the camera. Oh,
I figured it out.
I'm not logged
My
in.
unmute button for some reason also is bound and forged to move my character left. That's why my character kept
What?
moving last time.
What's your mute
Oh,
unmute
how
button?
Funny.
It's the side mouse button on my mouse.
Oh, that's very weird.
No wonder you kept scooting.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. So let's see. The tourist you moved up. Sorry, I should also hit begin encounter. Okay, now the camera can see everything. That's good. I need to start logging out and logging in with the camera before the game. Earthman is preparing something. Stu, would you like to do anything as a scuffle breaks out with the old man?
No, I think I'll hold action for now.
Okay. Let me know if you'd like to cut in at any point in the initiative order.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
The scene of auction. You see this scuffle break out as well. What would you like to do? You are quite far, though. You are across a quite large room. If I had to put a distance on it,
Yeah, I guess
You're over
Scene
there.
would like be running towards and just be like, whoa, what's going on here, everyone? Let's cool it. Let's take a few steps back. What's going on?
Feel screaming unison again.
just get him. Okay, so there's Stu. There's
Is he
Scene.
gonna get a response?
Stairs screams that this guy lied. We need to get him.
Which one? The
The old man.
Yeah, technically the elemental is underground. You don't see. You saw him dive underground. You don't know where he is.
okay. Can I hold an action?
So you can prepare an action with 2 actions.
Okay, well I moved twice, so that's out of the
Okay.
that's out of the running.
And there are only like 2 actions for everyone this turn because it's kind of a quick reactionary turn. So if you move twice, then
there's
that's all
only
you
two
got.
actions?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can take back a move if you. Okay.
No, it's all good.
Isha, you're chilling.
Isha will cast shield. Actually,
Just shield on yourself.
it's not gonna do anything, but I'll cast shield.
Okay. Yeah, Rurith kind of like stumbles as he gets shoved, and then this spell splashes off of his mage armor, and he kind of looks between everyone briefly. Let's see. He says, "Give me time and you will understand." And he continues walking towards the circle. Walks into the circle. Well, I guess he hurries at this point as people are trying to interrupt. He shuffles into the circle, puts his hand out, finishes the incantation, and the circle lights up brighter. And as he's doing so, the Earth Elemental's readied action pops. And he emerges like from the earth underneath the circle kind of like enveloping around his earth body, like taking this circle with him. He reaches up and tries to like grab Rurith. And then there is a spark and a flash, and they are both gone. They both disappear.
Oh, that is... oh.
And there is a moment through the whole chamber. There is a bunch of earth elementals around the room. As a reminder, they're just like watching this, just looking confused. And one kind of like half steps forward towards the group and says, you lied, you tricked us. And then your buddy, the mud man you've had with you, whose name I had listed in my other notes and are now gone, he steps forward and he's like, no, wait, this was not my friends. His name is Mudred. Yeah, what do you guys...
Muddy buddy.
What do you guys
Muddy
do?
buddy.
We don't have to be considered in encounter order anymore.
Well, I think as soon as Rurith disappears in the circle, Steris kind of hisses in frustration, kind of throws her arms up and asks Turris to give her, or asks Turkon to give her the drawing of the circle. See if we can try to reverse it, but I think she's just... There's no way she can do anything about this.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the whole thing is gone.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it got like
Yeah.
lifted up and tattooed onto the Earthman's body as he drove through it.
Sick tattoo, bro.
No. There's kind of like a hazy smoke in the area where the circle was. That is quickly dissipating, but that's about all. That's about all that's there. Oh my god, I did all this adjust. It's not important. We were on the portrait screen the whole time. It's fine. It wasn't a high fidelity battle map anyway.
So Turris is gonna throw up his hands and kind of like walk up next to his muddy buddy, and kind of like to the other one, kind of aggressing, says like, he's right, motioning to him.
Toln was his name.
T-O-L-N?
T-U-L-N.
Tone, or he's gonna motion to Tone's like, Tone's right. He swore an oath to get you home, and that oath is not yet broken. He didn't know that this man was going to delay his promise, but we will ensure that he finishes it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check for that.
The oath is not yet broken.
Whoa.
My god. I mean, he's one of my heroes.
Yeah, while you were doing that, you hear a shout from off to the side. One of the earth elementals grumbles in Petrin, which then Toln translates for you, says, but our leader called him a liar. We can't trust anything they say. As you're re-rolling with your hero point.
I can't roll over a 10.
Steris will 8. With diplomacy. Saying we're not the liars. The king is.
Okay. There's like and then yeah, one of them says like they did try to stop him, And again, Talon is basically just translating this for all of you. Most of them only speak Petrin. And another one says, like, they were just covering it. There's a bit of like arguing back and forth, but none of them seem terribly excited about the prospect of jumping in and fighting you. Again, they all seem like scared and nervous as it is. So they're not trying to jump in and cut you down at the moment, but they are uneasy. And diplomacy is only getting you so far at the moment. You haven't fully calmed their nerves or anything. So is there anything else you'd like to do to defuse the situation, or what's the next move?
I'm just gonna loudly crack my neck.
Intimidating them before they even started fighting us.
It's not a bad move. Scare them before they decide one way or the other. Do you want to roll an intimidation on
Sure. You said that would make them hate me, though, right?
It does make them dislike you after a day. Yes.
Isha, get your ass back here.
I guess Isha.
Make like the king and leave.
Make like the king and leave.
Okay. So, like, there's kind of this discussion going on, and then the big Minotaur cracks his neck. And, it's enough to get a lot of the dissent to shut up for a moment. And the air is cleared if you would, like to take the opportunity to do anything.
So they seem to have backed off.
Yes.
Yeah, so I won't pull out my weapon.
Okay. Steris will make a suggestion towards Taurus. Like, do you think you can send the rest of them where you sent our more friendly muddy buddy? Maybe that'll help them trust us.
If they'd like to, I can help them find a neutral location.
At least until we're able to track down that king.
Yes, they would. And he kind of like nods, nods at her and kind of like looks at the kind of the general group, and like looks to Toln and kind of speaks up and says, "Toln here and his friends were brought somewhere safe, somewhere neutral, somewhere that these local people, which may or may not be lying, cannot hurt you or interact with you. But we mean you no harm, and we mean to fulfill the oath of getting you home. So you can stay here in this cave if you'd like, if it's comfortable, or we can bring you to a neutral location. We won't be bothered by the locals here who have also been caught up in this. It's up to you. The local king is working to return the rest of your people to this location. Then you can choose to stay here, or you can choose to come with me."
Give me one more diplomacy check then. The situation has kind of changed. We'll consider that it's getting a boost from the intimidation check. They're all kind of... Well, they're not calmed down, but they're paying more attention. Okay. There is a bit of, like, grumbling back and forth. Not a displeased grumbling. It's just how they talk. And then after a moment, one says something to Talon, and then Talon turns. Translates, says, "They agree. They will, I've told them that the tower where you brought me, it was quite comfortable, cool. They said they would not be opposed to staying there until you can help figure this out."
And he kind of smiles and nods at Toln. "Very well. I will make the preparations, and I'm sure the rest of your friends should Be guided here by the time I am ready.
There's there's like a moment where it seems like he's just staring at you, and then like the mud on his face like bubbles into a kind of smiling shape for like 2 seconds and then smooths back out, and then he nods.
Aw.
And then he turns and starts explaining stuff to his buddies. Turkan, meanwhile, as you guys have kind of gone back and forth and gotten these elementals to chill out, you hear the voice of Ruref in your head. Well, sorry, that's not how message works. You hear a nondescript voice in your head.
Oh.
You get like a very neutral ping of words directly into your brain. It's not message either. What's the sending? Dodod. Stand by. 25 words or fewer. Okay. Shoot. Give me a minute to type this
We're gonna
out.
count.
Yeah, here we go.
Count those numbers.
Okay.
Acting like King Rueth doesn't have enough spell slots to just send as many messages as he wants.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what his
Durkin.
situation is?
It's a pleasure to find you with this message. Stop. I am well. Stop. How are you?
Why does he keep telling me to stop?
What does this mean?
Knew I shouldn't have told him my last name.
Actually, it's a fake creature.
"25 words is more than you think." Okay, so you get a message back. Again, totally like neutral. Not in Rura's voice, but just kind of this monotone phrase in your head.
Graves this voice.
Somehow, well, not somehow. That's rude. More monotone than that. Less gravel. Just it's Microsoft Sam, but the magical version. Says, "I keep my promises. I am sending casters to banish the elementals. This will send them home. Not a pleasant trip, but effective."
I'm just looking around like, where did that come from?
Oh, you don't know how you know this, but there's like a kind of like buzzing in your head and in your ears, and you can respond with 25 words of your own. And as part of the spell, you kind of know you can do this.
I innately knows. Okay. So he said that he's still going to banish them home eventually.
Yes.
I'll just say, you better keep your promises
Okay.
this time.
Roger. There is no response. He doesn't spend another spell slot on this riveting discussion. But that kind of buzzing goes away, and your response has been sent. Yeah.
And I guess I should relay the message to everybody else.
Yeah, so Turkan,
Oh.
go ahead.
Did he say when these casters were going to arrive?
No?
Correct,
If
he did
he's
not.
so capable, why is he sending these casters? I don't trust it.
You can roll if you want to investigate that question you've asked yourself. Arcana might give you the answer.
I'd like to think if I could think of if I know anything about this myself, if that's okay.
Sure.
If I can think.
Ha, my browser crashed.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Firefox does that sometimes. Okay.
Boy.
I might have lied. None of you maybe know the answers.
Nah. I say again, I don't trust him.
Well, perhaps we should speak to the other king and queen. If they're all a part of some sort of union of states, as it were, we might be able to speak on the reliability of his word. Even if in the moment it was less than ideal.
Well, as long as these elementals have somewhere to go, I suppose we'll have some time to figure this out. Where are you keeping them, by the way, Turris?
That's a rather complicated question, and I wish you wouldn't ask it.
Wow.
She just kind of stares at him.
Straight to the I wish you wouldn't.
Do you have a reason to doubt, Ruth?
His behavior? Why not just say from the beginning that he couldn't do it?
The answer to that question is more complicated than he can't do it. Although, ultimately, it sort of ends up the same.
Transparency matters, especially for these elementals trying to get back home.
If you had the power to send them all back home, but it would cost your world and theirs, would you?
It does seem to think it's a threat to just cast a spell to send them all home at once.
Oh, there is a very... One quick thing, Turris, with your 15. Like, if he didn't have the spell slots to do what he needs to do, like, that's a pretty good reason why.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't the investigatory thing I was going to give, that I was, like, looking at these rolls for, but that's a very obvious consideration that I suppose I should bring up. If he memorized different spells for the day and he needs a different set of spells, doesn't have the right ritual, then there's a reason why he couldn't do it. That doesn't necessarily tell you why he lied. But
Yeah, I'll kind of reiterate that to the group then.
It's less hoops than everything else. Surely the great Halcyon caster Rurith is just simply run out of spell slots.
Then why not just say?
Again, we come to the question of it's more complicated than just saying it.
Perhaps his hubris of pride was on the line as well.
It's a lot of talk coming from somebody who didn't even try to help in the situation, Isha.
None of you died.
Why are you here in the first place if you're not going to get involved?
Why fight a giant when you are just a pebble?
I'm bigger than a pebble.
Yeah, he's at least a rock.
Does it matter? If you're a rock and he's a giant?
We weren't necessarily trying to defeat him. We were trying to keep him to hold to his word, which it appears he's attempting to salvage through speaking with Cherkon. But I guess I'll believe it when I see it.
Luna, the guard that escorted Scene of Auction back, kind of walks up and says, I don't know what's going on with your groups. Obviously you should have each other's backs and everything, but Rurith, he's a right piece of work, but not dishonest without reason. He's very dealt with him a lot. He's a neighbor to our kingdom, and he's very, what's the word? Practical? To a fault?
Ceres is just visibly agitated. So what are our next steps?
Yeah, it's going to take me about an hour, but I can find somewhere to assist these earth elementals, and then I suppose we go down to Court to find Luca.
Or you could just leave them here.
Well, if they're comfortable with that, it's up to them. It also depends on how long the cast is going to take to get here.
It would be more of a pain if we took them away. Rurith gave you his word. If you can't give him an opportunity to keep his promise, then...
Ter shrugs and kind of looks to Tolm and asks him, do you think your people will be comfortable enough here until these summoners come to return you home?
Kind of looks around. It's like, good sturdy earth here. Very comfortable.
He smiles. Very good. And kind of looks to everyone else. Then, at that case, should we head down to Court? Or is there any other business that we should resolve here before we go down? Perhaps talk to Envoy?
He owes us money.
Maybe that'll cheer me up. Is that in the completely opposite direction? It is, isn't it? Because I think the inn was back up, and then Court was down, right?
Well, the inn...
Yeah, but Envoy is up.
Envoy is up. Okay.
You guys may have gone down under the mountain, but, like, there's no curated... Wherever you guys are now, which is just some natural earth tunnel, no idea how to get to Court from here. As opposed to...
Okay. We know exactly how to get back to...
Naria's Inn is directly on the trade road that leads down to Court.
Oh. Well, then we'll make a pit stop.
Okay.
As we're making our way there, Asteris will ask Isha what they meant about worlds being destroyed.
I'm gonna interrupt
What do you know that you're not sharing with the rest of us?
just real quick before that.
Okay.
What is Talm like waiting with the other earth elementals until the casters show up, or what are you doing with him, Turris? What's kind of the plan with your buddy?
What does he seem to want to do? Like, does he want to come with us for the time being to like make sure we have like an envoy of our own for the Earth Elementals, or does he want to stay there and kind of wait for the other of his people to get there?
I suppose his kind of like default action that he would like to do is stay and kind of watch over his people until they get sent back, and like his assumption probably is that he himself will then also get sent back, unless you convince him and the other three otherwise.
If he tells that, Turris is gonna just say, "Well, I mean, it's completely up to you. If you'd like to stay and see what this world has more to offer, could be exciting. If you wish to return home, you are your own person, or older person." The tower is always there for you and any of your friends, should you wish to stay there.
Gives a little nod. We will consider.
Good. Might be useful to repopulate with some pleasant folk like yourselves, anyhow.
His mud eyelids slowly blink like he doesn't totally follow. But then.
Stay on the first floor.
Right. Anyway, we can jump back to grilling Isha.
Grilled Sphinx.
It was a hypothetical.
What sparked the hypothetical? Seems a rather specific hypothetical, in my opinion.
I think you're overly suspicious.
I think I have a right to be.
Probably.
She'll just kind of flick her tail and her snakes hiss, and she'll walk away from Isha. She'll whisper to Turgon, "I don't like that Sphinx."
Turgon just grunts in recognition.
All right. Unless anyone has anything else to add, we'll go ahead and jump to arriving.
Did somebody grab Stu?
What was that question?
Did somebody grab
Help.
Stu?
I'll attach Stu to my baby sling.
Stu has the baby sling. The child. We cannot leave him behind.
A hungry baby.
Oh god.
All right. So we'll jump to the inn. You guys come back out to the surface. It's starting to be evening time. Again, the star is kind of like the new kind of purplish star has risen from the horizon, and it's like making its way through the sky again as the world turns. You guys get back to the inn, and it's been a good few hours at this point. Quite a few since you like departed Oriol's place. And you approach, and you see, fidgeting nervously with a hat, sitting on a bench out in front of the inn, is that fucking dwarf.
What?
That fucking dwarf.
That fucking
This
dwarf.
guy again?
The one who's been hounding you the whole time you've been here. But he's got an expression you haven't really seen on his face before. He seems like somewhere between deep in thought and like deeply sad. And he's just like fiddling with his hat.
This is one of the guardsmen dwarves, the racist one?
Yes.
The
Yes.
racist one.
Yes, the
Don't
very
let me
grouchy
talk to
one.
him.
Um,
I'll eat him.
it's not in his armor, not in his uniform. Doesn't seem to have a weapon on him. And he's just sitting there. And you guys are
I'm gonna take Stu off of me and just like
Just put the
slowly
baby
push
down.
Stu towards the door.
Snack.
Go and feast, my child.
God.
Oh.
I'll stay still a moment, like a seat is being offered.
he
So comfortable.
he kind of looks up and looks between Stu and Turkan, and then back to Stu and blinks a little, shakes his head, stands up and like puts his hat back on his head. And instead of fiddling with the hat, he's now just like fiddling with his hands, very, very not at ease, and like waiting for you guys to approach the inn. I guess he doesn't want to walk up and initiate the conversation. But you know, he'll give like a little wave after a moment and start approaching and looking very like nervous, still not making
Approaching
eye contact with
any
Steris.
of us specifically?
Not specific. Well, you know, the whole group I
Okay.
imagine is fairly close to each other. But I guess,
Smart man, don't make eye contact with me.
yeah, he's heard things.
Good.
So he kind of walks up.
Gonna stand there with my arms crossed, bouncer style. It's like,
And he knows he's gonna be. He knows that you guys haven't gotten along. He knows he's gonna be questioned for why he's here. So he just kind of walks up and like just like takes that nervous breath before he kind of starts talking. And he's like, I don't really know how to start this, so I guess I'll just jump right into it. Oriole is
Smartest thing you've said all day. Sorry.
Oriole has been killed.
What?
He gives like kind of a slow nod, and he's like, Oriole is dead. And someone wanted to make it look like it was you all. He had wounds, and like nods to you, Turkan. Looked like they might have been from a weapon like yours. Someone knew what weapons you were carrying, and
His hands.
made it look like he was killed by you.
Of course.
Now I know.
you do know we were down helping the king, right?
I do. Yes, I heard. Heard from the other guards that you had been seen helping the king, and that he was back safely with his guests. So I know it wasn't you, but someone's trying to frame you.
This is rather concerning. Aside from the fact that we have a solid alibi, is there anything else that you saw that would lead you to believe this deception
He kind of frowns and shakes his head. It's like, no, it's very simple. They had to have known that we would take a look at him. Before he was cut open, his throat was crushed. So he didn't die from the wounds that were supposed to look like your weapons. Can't make sense of it. I don't know.
Has Augustine been notified?
He kind of looks confused for a moment. He's like, I'm getting news out. I'm sure Oriol's acquaintances will hear soon. Keeping it quiet for now, but Augustine has left town. Went down to Kalmakorf. Some business with Old God Research Archive down there. Something got stolen or some such.
Interesting.
It is a shame that you and our group have not seen eye to eye, before this at least. But we'd very much like to find out who's trying to frame us for Oriel's death and bring them to justice.
And whereas before he was being very deferential and everything, as soon as you say that, he gives you a bit of a suspicious look. It's like, what are you about to ask me? And it is pretty obvious that he still doesn't actually like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It might be useful if we were to see the crime scene.
Wait, so you just came here to inform us of this death and us being framed out of the kindness of your heart? Or is there more to this?
Ooh, good question.
Wanted to let you know. I wanted to know what you know. Who might do this to him? Do I want you to help you find whoever did this?
Really?
Yes.
Well, considering Augustine fled town, I mean, he could be a suspect, as well as Oriel's two quote-unquote compatriots.
Kind of blinks and shakes his head. It's like, Augustine left before you were even done at Oriel's.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he knew we were going there and would have had the information about what weapons we carry. I don't think we can rule him out so quickly.
Kind of looks at the ground and looks a little contemplative.
And I believe of a man of Augustine's status, it's very unlikely that if he were perpetrated this event, that he would not. It's not likely that he would do it himself. He would have somebody else carry out his orders for him.
My thoughts exactly.
Kind of gives a slow nod. It's like, yes.
But what of Oriel's guards?
Guards?
Were they slain as well?
No, Oriel was the only one there.
Well, then we need to hunt them down as well.
He kind of gives somewhere between kind of that in between of like a nod turning into the shake of his head. He's just like, I don't know anything about those two.
Perhaps we should find out more then. Once again, do you think you could
I remember their names. Do we remember their names? I know it was a deep gnome and a. Is it a half orc?
It was a half orc. I don't think that tourist specifically tried to get the deep gnome's name and they would not tell him.
Oh, that's what it was.
The orc did
But,
say it at some point, so I would.
Yeah.
Since you were trying to get it from the deep gnome, and I remember the orc just saying it immediately after, you know that their names are Katota and Nahia.
Hmm.
Patocha is
The orc, and Nahia is the gnome.
Thank you.
Suspect list.
Seems he put out that vase for the wrong people.
Quite so.
Fortunate.
It's a
I
shame,
broke
man.
it.
Aww.
Remember
So
that?
you're on the suspect list now, Isha.
I don't think they can get me for the murder. After all, I don't have weapons. Although, what is it when you assist in a murder? Assisted homicide?
He squints at you. He's like, "You would be an accessory to murder."
Oh, accessory. Of course. Sorry, I don't wear jewelry.
Yeah, but no accessories here.
Aww, that's the funniest thing Isha said.
Meanwhile, actually does wear a lot of jewelry.
Cloak could also be considered an accessory.
It could be, but it is also clothes.
Yeah, well,
Heroism.
so is a scarf, also an accessory.
Also close. Anyway, this is not the discussion we're supposed to be having right now.
Was he killed at home or was he killed somewhere else?
At home. He nods.
Well, I once again ask you, do you think you could grant us entrance to the crime scene for us to investigate?
We need his permission to enter the crime scene.
He adjusts his hat.
Look at him.
He's like, "Don't touch anything."
Did
course not.
your captain come back after Oriole said to come back in like so many hours?
That's who found him, yes. I went and talked to Oriole first. After you all left. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
So I,
Steris adds him to the suspect list.
So I know he was fine when you left.
This guy's name.
What's this guy's name? Turkon probably.
We're calling him that fucking dwarf,
Yeah.
but what's his actual name?
I think his actual name is Fidalgo.
Fidalgo.
Yeah, he would be a Fidalgo.
Now that's kind of racist.
It's
Hey, we're not
something.
perfect.
Yep. Where's Simo?
Oh, God. Well, at any rate, why I suggest his permission is because if we're working with a guard, that shows him more of a positive note on our end.
Ever the diplomat.
He kind of like smiles. Good friend here may understand that we didn't do it, but who knows what other machinations are in work. We need all the diplomacy we can get. So perhaps we should conclude our business here at the inn and take a look at that before we head our way ourselves.
I will make sure they don't move the body yet.
Very good. Thank you, Fidaldo. Is there anything else you may have seen or heard? Did you happen to see that half orc or gnome, even in passing afterwards?
He kind of furrows his brow,
Eesh.
and then he kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
Check the house across the way.
We have not checked it. I can.
Check it.
Very well. He was talking to them when I came back to check on him. They were there. Seemed like I didn't catch much of the conversation. It seemed like he was sending them away. Heard something about a meeting with someone. I was trying not to eavesdrop as I walked in, so
Are you saying that, and knowing you didn't eavesdrop, are you saying he sent them away to meet himself with somebody, or for those two to meet somebody?
for them to meet someone. Seemed to write something down. Gave them a note when I came in, and then they left.
Very well. It's good information. Unless there's something else, I think that we should go now to turn to in here. If there's anything else that you can think of in the future, or anything else turns up, feel free to come back here to the inn. If we're out, just tell the owner Naria that you came to seek us out, and we'll come and find you somewhere of your choosing, or try to meet you back here.
If you're going to see the crime scene tonight, I can just meet you there.
Very well. I just mean for the future, after today.
Ah, right. Yes, sure. After today, right. And then he kind of nods and heads off.
Nice to meet you.
Does a double take. Like,
I'm still.
just kind of like waves. Generally doesn't know exactly where to wave, but just like kind of throws a hand over his shoulder and turns back around.
All right.
Well, this just
I
keeps
demand
getting
uppies.
better. I demand uppies.
All right, hold on. Now, is this chest uppies or shoulder uppies?
Oh.
How does baby want to be carried?
baby carrier style.
All right.
You just look like a minotaur wearing
Slowly
like
adjust
chair
harness.
Wearing a chair necklace. Oh.
Because before he waved, did like him saying like or after today, yes, like did it seem to catch him off guard, or he's just been stressed with the current situation that it was
Yeah, give me a percept check. Literally just he did not imagine working with you guys ever again after finding out who killed his buddy. And hopefully getting you to murder him.
I'd like to think that his guard captain made him come here and tell us this.
Right, you idiot. Don't go down there and go find him. After Fidaldo kind of leaves earshot, Chris is going to look at his friends here and say, as much as I hate to say it, you have to consider the fact the possibility, I should say. And he looks back to make sure like nobody else is listening and doesn't see who he's referring to here. It's not impossible that Envoy committed this this act.
Well, I guess we should go interrogate him.
That seems unlikely.
Unlikely, but not impossible.
Envoy's role is to be an envoy. It would be insane for him to commit. To do such a thing would be far out of his programming.
Very well. Does Envoy maybe have a friend named Assassin?
Yeah.
Giant axe assassin?
I don't think we should be too
Hammer.
comfortable with
I don't
anything
use
else.
axes.
Giant hammer assassin? I digress. Let's go talk to the man. Robot.
Robot man.
Entity. Envoy. Hello.
All right, you guys walk into the bar, into the tavern, and well, actually, Neri is off shift for once. But
Wow. Good for her.
yeah. But you see Envoy kind of seated at one of the larger benches that can accommodate Turkan. Has like two square tables kind of pulled together for the large group, and he is leaning back, kind of once again like just reading through the town broadsheets. Seemingly, he doesn't have eyes, so he's just kind of holding some paper in front of his faceplate.
Well, I will make my way over to the table, and as of course I make my way over there, I will be grabbing any food that I see. Not all of the food, just parts of their food. from their plates.
Like you snag a couple of things from the plates of some of the other patrons of the bar, and there's like a couple of like birds mixed in there, but no one really causes too much of a stink about it. Yeah. You get quite the collection as you go and sit down. And Envoy kind of sees you walk over and folds up the paper, sets it on the table, and folds his hand also on the table and leans back a little. Says,
You wouldn't happen to have a hammer-wielding friend, would you?
he like tilts his head, turns his faceplate towards you, and says, I do know several craftsmen, a carpenter or two. Do you need something
To kill
built?
people with.
Oh. He turns the other way and thinks for like a long time. He turns back and he's like,
Processing.
I have worked with a couple of hammer-wielding mercenaries in the past. I can contact them if you need their services.
Have you contacted any of them for their services?
Not recently.
Fine. Steris marks his name off the list.
I did hire a fellow named the Judge up in the marches for a couple of jobs.
You have to know if he's in town.
Oh. Almost certainly not. He broke his leg a month and a half ago.
Likely.
Or did a callous hero put a rock on it?
What'd you say?
Or I said, or did a callous hero put a rock on it? It's a callback.
I did not get the details. He seemed embarrassed to share them. I suppose it is possible.
Well, to make a long story short, we found who the Star Dreamers have been talking to. An interpreter of dreams, who seems to believe his own dreams himself. And at the very least, he's been sending people to Court, and where's the other location?
He's been sending them all over, but that's not all. Remember, Augustine was the one siphoning all the Star Dreamers to Oriole.
Yes, at least a great number of them, yeah, indeed.
Augustine.
Now, yes, Augustine has now left the city after our new dream interpreter friend has been murdered.
He watches you for a moment, and then he kind of reaches into a satchel kind of attached to his hip and pulls out like a notepad and like a quill, dips it into an inkwell that's also attached to his hip, and starts writing stuff down. He's like, it appears hiring you was quite a good idea. You fetched
That remains to be... Oh, keep going.
fetched quite the wealth of information already.
Yes. We're still waiting for the wealth of coin you're supposed to give us for this information.
I have it. I thought we were finished. I can certainly pay you now, if that will put your minds at ease. I did not know there was any anxiety about the payment.
It's not. I'm just in a bad mood.
Well, a show of good faith then. And he kind of reaches over, pulls up, unties a heavy sack of coins, and plops just a bag of what you will find to be 300 gold coins on the table.
Excellent.
Says, you've already earned it.
I'm aware. That's why I asked.
You have no idea. We even saved the king while we were out.
Kind of looks to Steris, looks to Turris, looks back to Steris. It's like, should I say that you have done an exemplary job? I am not sure how to calm your...
The coin will suffice.
Very well.
She takes her portion immediately.
We'll take out a portion for Stu and push it towards the edge of the table where he's at.
Just to kind of reach up the pseudopods and feel feel for them.
Plop, 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 plop,
Tap
plop.
it on the table. Yes, this information also earned us being framed in a murder.
He stops writing and looks back at you.
The dream interpreter, Oriole,
He's
has apparently been murdered.
very well. That is...
By us, they would like the thing.
Now, just to clarify, you did not, in fact, murder this man.
Nope.
No.
He nods, scratches a couple more notes down.
In
Unfortunate.
fact, we saved his life.
I mean, fortunate that you did not murder him. That would be quite the thing. But unfortunate.
We
that,
saved his life. We saved his life from us, but yeah.
Unfortunate that that possible source of information has been eliminated.
Convenient that it's been eliminated.
Not for us, but I get your meaning.
Whoever Oriel's working with, whether it was Augustine or somebody else that of a group they formed, perhaps Oriel got too close, or perhaps he just knew so little that it would be convenient for us to be framed to take everyone out of the equation.
Oriel shared specifically that they were trying to protect the Star Dreamers from agents of the Four.
Kind of like there's a small pause in his writing, and then he nods, writes a little more.
Aside from that, he had two mercenaries or friends or people part of this organization that were watching him, guarding him, and we did have an What's that?
I said they did a poor job.
Indeed, yes. However, once again, we didn't kill him or either of those two. We just de-escalated and left the situation after we found out what we could. And from what we were told, this dream interpreter, Oriel, who was murdered, he gave his two lackeys a note and said to go find someone else, find and meet somebody else, possibly a part of their organization. We're going to go down to the crime scene after this and see if we can't find out more. And then, unless our business keeps us here, in the higher levels, we mean to go down to Karmacourt to see if we can't find the Star Dreamer Luca.
That seems an increasingly excellent plan. I might travel down there myself shortly.
Yeah, just
What
give...
What of your discoveries, Envoy?
Yes, good question.
I've only just established an information network here. Your group has been the most fruitful so far. Still, tabulating my notes from what I have found around town, and I will provide what information I have to you by morning. Agreeable? And he looks up and around the table.
Fine with me.
He nods.
If you have no other information, and if we've given you all the information that you can find useful, there's still some working hours in the day. I think that we should go check out that crime scene before things get too much later.
Very well. Good luck with your findings there.
Thank you, Envoy.
And he'll reach over, put his hat back on, say, I suppose I ought to go look for some more leads myself.
Stay safe, considering there's already been one murder.
Of course. Thankfully, most killers are less than familiar with my most vital parts.
Oh, that's quite useful.
He nods.
Anyone else have any other thoughts for Envoy, or should we head back down to Oriel's tavern?
I think we shared with him what we needed to.
Very well then.
Let's go see what exactly we're being framed for.
He will
Gotta go!
He will stand up and depart with all of you heading in a different direction. And we'll go to Oriel's alehouse. Now a murder.
Hold on. I want to do something.
Okay.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Ooh, anytime Isha does anything, ooh.
So I'm gonna cast augury.
Okay.
I want to go vandalize Augustine's office,
Okay.
but not actually vandalize, like actually investigate. So I'm going to basically like cast augury on like the potential outcome of investigating Augustine's office.
Okay.
I'm also the fastest, so it's like
Okay. Keeping in mind that this only predicts the next 30 minutes of action and not like not how it might spiral out down the road, you know. So basically let's see. I guess nothing is the neutral result. Like, it seems like, well, okay. By vandalize. What is your intent with vandalize?
Vandalize is that's Mitchell speak, but Isha wanted to just go investigate.
Okay.
Because if he's just gone,
right.
like
Yeah, then you could just go in there, no problem.
well also like if something got stole, like it is a little weird. It's just weird. So Isha just wants to go see what's out over there, you know?
Sure.
Did
Then I guess
Did he take anything? Did he like
I guess then the results are good. I guess there's no degrees here. Yeah, the options are just good, bad, mixed, and nothing. So I guess good.
Yeah, Isha will just you have your task and I have mine. I'll see you all soon.
Pretty good.
Care to share?
I will go fight the other snake, as it were.
I won't say this in character because Tourist doesn't know where you're going, but he's like, yeah, you know, at this point, if she's got a plan, let her go for it. But me as a player, if it is quite possible that Tweedledee and Tweedlenome went to go see Augustine.
Yeah, I'm also twice as fast as Tweedledee and Tweedlenome. Like I can move 120 movement in one turn. I'm not really that afraid. Yeah, I'm not that afraid of being caught. So.
Fair. We will jump back into these two tasks after a brief break. Call it 5 minutes.
Excellent.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sounds good.
I am back.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I am also back. Thank you for the song request, Moto.
Welcome back. You're welcome.
Bogus.
Excited to write that in 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm so behind on the song requests. In my defense, several have been like, IDK, write whatever you want, and that's not a song request.
You're right. That is not a song request.
So that just like blue screens my brain for a while.
Having no prompt is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back. On the same note, TikTok, I
I'm
am the
here.
clock is an excellent prompt.
It is an excellent clock. I almost said clock.
Wasn't it almost?
Uh-huh.
I definitely didn't say the K. I definitely said the C.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. Just the guttural stop, but no no
yes.
percussive k.
Correct.
Right, let's see. Heard Rye was here. How about the scene of auction? Are you present?
Oh yeah, I said I'm here.
Okay, I just missed it. I think that's everyone then. So,
Is V actually here?
yeah, I think I heard him say.
Okay.
Okay, so, we'll start, I think, with the bigger group, if that's all right. Takes about the same amount of time to get to either location. So the bigger group, you're going to, everyone but Isha, going to investigate the murder of Oriole Orbay.
Poor thing.
Oh my god, I forgot the most important part. The most important part of Fidalgo's name is that his last name is Orbay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Pretty big deal.
Oh!
I'm just staring at my notes and I'm like, oh god.
A child or
He said
Were they-
brother.
brother? Okay,
Varys accidentally slipped brother in there.
got it. I was like, were they?
My oracular powers. My oracular powers of recall knowledge.
Yeah, brother is
roommates? They were roommates. They were brothers. Okay.
That would have been a terrible
Aw.
married couple.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you head to Oriole's house. And Fidalgo is there. There's a couple of other guards there. The kind of like the captain of the patrol that like stopped by. It's not captain, but you know the person who was leading that patrol stopped by. Is there? They're not the one leading the investigation, but they're like there hanging out. They're like answering some questions, helping out with the investigation.
Their hobby is hanging out at crime scenes.
Correct.
Everyone needs a good hobby.
So, Fidalgo sees you guys locking up and kind of like steps outside the manor and comes to talk to you guys. Kind of gestures up to the house that Isha had mentioned. Says, I We looked over the house. There's really nothing there. It's empty, dusty. Couple of chairs and mugs that smelled of ale in there. At the window, kind of looking over the gate here, but no one was there. As far as the rest of the crime scene, come with me. And he leads you back to just the dining room where you guys had been in the first place. Oriel is laying on top of the remains of one of the chairs, kind of at the head of the table, but it has been crushed. He's laying with his arms out to either side, legs kind of splayed out, and the most obvious things, the most obvious wounds are his chest has been caved in by a big blunt instrument, and he has a enormous hole skewered through his neck. Neither of these wounds are particularly I mean, there's blood, but there's not a pool of blood around him like you might expect.
You did mention there was signs of strangulation or something as well, or no?
Yes. Yeah, correct. He kind of points it out. Other NPCs have already done the medicine checks.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Me
now
as I'm rolling a medicine check.
this you can verify. Then you can recognize So he points out that there's some bruises, kind of he had long hair, but he pulls the hair out of the way, and there's bruises on both sides of his neck, from hands that are definitely not the size of Turkon. they're medium humanoid sized hands, but definitely.
I put my hand next to his throat and
Yeah.
Measurements don't make
mediocre attempt to emulate you, Turkon.
It's the bruises are not super obvious. The way he was laid there, it's not the first thing you would notice. But Steris, you kind of know with your medicine check, it isn't exactly that is, they didn't just go right for crushing his throat or whatever. They choked him out first. So he went unconscious pretty quickly, and then they just continued to restrict air until he died.
And then the rest of it was done post-mortem.
Yes, and that's why there's not a lot of blood. Heart had stopped pumping already. So so you kind of verify what Fidalgo is saying, add a little bit of detail. Seems like he was killed very
DSI2E.
someone
Literally though.
Someone tried to keep this quiet and then set up the scene is kind of what you're getting from this.
Mm-hmm. Does Oriel have anything on
him? Let's see. That's good.
I could give you a perception check if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go to his character sheet. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, there it is.
Or is anything missing from his person?
Nah, nothing's missing. He doesn't really have anything too notable on him.
Okay.
He's got his clan dagger, which is a dwarven custom. Dwarves that are draw their lineage from older clans. They'll carry around a dagger associated with one of those clans. So he has one of those. Other than that, he doesn't have a lot on his person. Yeah. It's a regular short bow, some like arrows, but yeah. Kind of like set next to him. Yeah, nothing he really like keeps on him now.
Is the I guess the thing to ask him. When the body was found, was the door unlocked? Was it damaged at all?
He kind of does a double take and gestures towards the window. It's like, well, the
No.
window's broken.
Well. We had nothing to do with that.
My follow-up is, did he try to patch up the window at all?
No, it didn't seem like he'd gotten to it.
Love Dave Oriole.
Does
he
Oriole's...
Does he not have the what? Okay, clarifying question: was Oriole given a note, or was it his?
Oriole gave a note. Oriole
Gave a note.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood. I was trying to find that note.
I got you. No,
And then you
Fidalgo
said it wasn't there, and I was like, where is it?
right. Fidalgo said that Oriole had given a note to the
Got
the
it,
two
okay.
stooges.
I misunderstood. Then find the Stooges.
Does it look like he got choked out from the front or the back?
The way the bruises kind of are, stairs could tell you, looks like the front.
Oh, it was person.
One might imagine that the perpetrator got up close. Perhaps it was somebody Oriole knew. It wasn't something more secretive taken from behind.
Fidalgo kind of nods along. He's like, that makes sense.
Anything missing from the home?
He kind of, I wasn't familiar enough with his office to really know. It looks like someone did rifle through some of his things, but I do assume something is missing. We just don't have anyone who can verify what it might be.
I'll take that as an invitation for me to rifle myself.
Yeah, you can definitely head back to the office. He will accompany you and look a little uncomfortable as you start looking around, but like he doesn't stop you. He just
Good.
is unhappy that all of this has to happen. I guess as you get started, he's like, do you really think there's going to be anything in here that leads to his killer?
There could be something in here that leads me to a suspect.
And he just grumbles and lets you go to it, just fidgeting. So yeah. And does anyone else come help kind of like look through his stuff?
The only amount of helping that Turkin can do is look under pieces of furniture,
Okay.
thinking he's helping investigate.
All right.
He's like picking up the bookcase and looking under it and
Well, maybe that's something that the...
shoving the bed around.
Yeah, sure. Anyone who wants to help, go ahead and just...
Can I aid with religion using my mad writings that I put on his walls in this hallway?
Oh my god. Yes. I'm inspired by
Go ahead.
Let's go.
I may or may not be adding to the
Roll
aid
for
DC.
What do I need to roll?
You can literally aid with athletics if you want, just like shoving things around.
All right.
Oh.
If you want to look around yourself, you need perception. But if you're just helping someone else look, then you can use athletics.
I will help look around.
Sarah's just like lift this piece of furniture for me.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
She just wants him to feel useful.
Okay, give me one moment. Or, Steris, roll me a 1d10.
Ooh. Sure. There.
Interesting.
Off to 0. Dang.
Okay. Yeah, you find a partially written note that seems to have been knocked under like a dresser that Turkon helps you lift up.
No.
And this note says, it seems to suggest, yeah, it says, once you give, let me see, let me word this right. Sorry.
Good note.
Take your time. Turkon can just keep holding up the dresser. Not a problem. Not even breaking a sweat.
I'll put it on its side so it's 90 degrees from where it usually sits.
Okay. The note says, when you hear the passphrase, you must respond with, "Our world will truly be free." And then when they finish with, "And the tyrants will tremble in their slumber," you will know they are a friend. But the note is missing the start of the passphrase.
So, when you hear the passphrase, "Our world will truly be free,"
That is the response. So when someone starts the passphrase,
okay.
you say, "Our world will truly be free." And then the person initiating the conversation says, "And the tyrants will tremble in their slumber." So it's like a 3-part exchange, 3-part call response thing. And you have the second part and the third part, but not the first.
the tyrants. Why are the words falling out of my head immediately? I'm sorry.
No.
I'll paste it. I'll paste it. I'll paste it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was like, me? It's because when I was writing it, I wrote down "once you give," and my brain is still like,
Right.
"When will you please finish that sentence for me?"
I know, I'm like, come on, brain. You heard the words. Why are we not recalling them as we're writing? Tremble in their slumber?
I mean, I'm flowering this up slightly.
You're fine.
Ferris is like, now that you've made me type it.
I have to make it pretty.
Can't wait to see the font choice.
Oh no, now you're making him think about font choices.
Oh no.
That's not rude.
I can't wait to see who can read it.
Oh yeah, I am accidentally writing it in Petra. Good call.
Oh shit.
That'll be no one.
That'll be
Yeah,
none of
that'll be
us.
no one, yeah.
Tom!
Tom!
There we go.
Thank you.
How peculiar. Well, if we're able to find Luca, perhaps he'll know the beginning of this.
Wish I could edit messages. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more to that. Added one sentence to the end.
Alrighty. Quite possible that when we find Luca, he'll know the beginning of this.
Where do you suppose they learn it?
If I had any wager, imagine Oriel would have taught it to them.
Is there any indication of how old this note is?
Indication. Probably need like a crafting check with that. Perception check would work, but it would be a significantly higher DC. But also, like, any conclusions you draw from like what Oriel has said before would be accurate.
Yeah.
It's definitely not that old. It's not that dusty, but you don't know exactly when.
Okay.
Is there a notepad at all on the desk?
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Really getting into CSI.
Okay, for that, just roll me a flat 20, and we'll see. We'll see what fate says. Damn, fate says yes.
Does it look as though like the first page or pages were ripped out?
Yeah.
Well, CSI time, baby.
Yeah. Get out your charcoal.
Yep. When I get out, kind of either a writing implement or like charcoal or something, and kind of like lightly go over pages to see if I can get an imprint of what was written on top of these pages.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. That'll be more than a perception check. Let me just look at the skill list. It's like almost survival, but not really. I would take a lot of different things if you could pitch a skill. Like I'd probably take society or survival or thievery.
My best out of all of those is +1.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. She's gonna bumps Turris out of the way. Let me handle this.
No, I understand this concept. I don't know why. Oof.
Let's see. You're having trouble getting anything kind of legible from it, Stairs.
She's too.
But also, here, let me just reveal this
angry
because
to
this
have a delicate hand.
this one doesn't need to be hidden since you're not like recalling knowledge. So if you
okay.
want to reroll that, you are welcome.
I will. Hopefully it's better. I still kept it private. Sorry.
No problem. Not exactly.
Oh well.
You're having trouble getting
it is
anything
technically better.
kind of legible from it.
She'll hiss in frustration and walk away, or slither. She doesn't walk.
Slink.
Slink away.
Someone can try again with the next page and see if you get lucky. It'll be just a higher DC.
There's a lot of numbers to roll.
I'm gonna start opening the party call on people.
I
Yeah,
will
I was
take
like,
out
you
my
like.
writing kit.
Okay, all right. Writing kit'll probably
Yeah,
something in there that'll
Stu,
help.
with your +7 thievery, get over here. Use your pseudopod.
God.
Know the word. Taste the words, Stu. Taste the word.
All right.
I place Stu in front of me.
And does anyone want to help with this?
No, Stu.
You're supposed to help.
If anyone,
Your point.
Stu
copied
can
what
definitely
Sarah
roll.
Eh,
If you want to re-roll with a hero point, you're welcome. Does anyone want to roll
Okay.
to help as well?
I would like to help.
Okay, that you can roll with pretty much anything.
The curse of the hero point strikes again.
Not again.
8, 9, 9, 10.
As it ever
Okay.
does. If we get an aid check over 20, I'll give it to you guys.
Oh God. Okay.
Where's my aid ability?
Oh, you aid with whatever skill you want, and
Hey!
Saris has it with society.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so give me another. Well, I guess it'd be a D9 now. Yeah, give me a D9. It won't roll a 3D dice, but give me a D9 because I'm lazy. Or a D10.
Flash roll. Or is it rolls? I always mess this up. D9. Like, fuck!
Oh, the
It's-
slash is
it's
before
slash
though.
roll. It's slash roll.
I always fuck it up! It's not letting me. It's saying invalid chat message command.
Oh, interesting. 1d10 is fine then.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Isha,
Thank you.
from the beyond.
Why did I do this to myself? It's a 5.
How did
5 is
you do
actually a
it?
6 because
I type slash roll space 1d9.
Oh, it was this. Fuck. I always forget that. You're like, I did it correctly.
I did it correctly. Yeah, I don't know.
You guys already.
I did it.
So, do you guys remember what he said about the pools that he that he brought up?
Inky pools that reflect the star or something like that.
Yeah. I think what you found are directions directly to a place called the Moonlight Pools, which you put together are the same pools he was talking about to you guys. So he sent someone there with a warning that it's like, you know, it's not an easy road on your own. Try to find others in Kalmacourt heading the same way, perhaps, and stay alert because the roads of Kalmacourt are not always kind. And this is referring not to the trade road that goes down to Kalmacourt, but like once you're down there, once you're traveling around the breach, things can get dangerous. But you have specific directions from that charcoaled piece of paper. This is maybe why it was so hard for you, Steris, to lift it off the first page. It's like a really detailed like visual map with like some landmarks and drawn with just like a light touch. There's like a lot going on, and so it was hard to lift off the page successfully.
Neat.
But Stu, in his delicate pseudopod, was able to do it.
Yes.
Great.
Delicate pseudopods.
All things are pointing to Kalmacourt.
Indeed.
You know what? We'll just give you one bit more. This note is addressed directly to Luca.
Our boy,
Dear Luca.
dear Luca,
Well,
go here.
I don't know about a deer on it, but it does start Luca, comma.
Wow, Luca,
Dear Luca.
what does it mean?
My dearest Luca.
My dearest.
Yeah, it seems like Luca was one of the last people he talked to before he brought around Oriel's untimely end. Or at least one of the last people he wrote a note to.
Luca fucking killed his ass.
Luca's the murderer. I doubt it.
All roads point to Luca.
Kinda do. All right. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to try to locate here. Am I missing any part of the murder investigation? I'm trying to remember the last episode of CSI I watched.
Yeah, I kind of want to do a once over. I want to look at like the area where he has like the vase, see what that look like, what that's looking like right now, and
See how smashed it is from Isha.
yeah, see if there's like maybe in that room or any other room if there's like any signs of a scuffle, and then the body was moved to the dining room.
Just so you know, the moment there's any trouble, Isha is leaving.
Come on,
Like,
Isha.
if one person tells
brave.
Isha, you can't be here, she's like, you're so
Aw.
right, bestie.
You're so right. I'll leave right now.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check, unless you would rather do a survival check. Holy
Yeah,
God,
probably not.
Taurus, your perception is not high.
No.
Oh, no. Stop looking at things when you can't look at things.
Listen, I gotta.
You don't have enough wisdom for that 20/20 vision. Wild.
Oh no.
No one
Oh,
does,
like a
actually.
Yeah, no one.
+3?
+3 is actually pretty good.
Not in this party.
It's actually pretty good.
Isn't it? No bonus plus trained plus level 1? Anyway,
Pretty good.
pretty good.
This
It's pretty
good.
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 You also have to remember that by the time when we get to level 2, we double like the level bonus. Like
Yeah.
being level 1 is actually so ass.
Yeah, level bonus goes up. I mean, yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's so.
Okay, you're looking around. You don't see any indication that he was killed anywhere but where he was killed. Then again, you don't see any deterministic.
Man eyes.
So while Terrace is not sure where this man was killed, and doesn't, Terrace, you're getting a little distracted by the smashed vase. Looks like it was just knocked off where it was sitting and smashed on the floor.
Why would someone do this?
What would they do? This is literally Isha's work.
Steris, you're like looking around. You are pretty sure that to Fidalgo's annoyance, you kind of move the body a little bit, move the legs of the chair a little bit. There are some scratches on the floor, just right below where the chair was sitting, where it kind of looks like the legs were scratching up the stone floor quite a bit. And it seems like the struggle, such as it was, happened right there. It seems like he was grabbed and choked in that chair, and killed right there. And then smashed in the chest, and the chair broke. And then, yeah.
Okay.
Does anything stink?
Well,
Crime stings.
it definitely smells a bit like blood and an expired body. But go ahead and give me a survival check and see if you can pick up anything else.
Smell a smelly smell.
Not bad. it would be hard to follow the trail like into a city from this. Just like tracking anything by scent in a place this populated with this many people and carts and things moving around. Very difficult. But you log this smell in your brain, and you could recognize the smell of whoever else was in this room with Oriole. So if you get up close with them, you would maybe be able to identify them.
Okay.
Which I will note down right now.
Also, going to finally animate a bit more and waddle over to the body.
Cheers, sniffs.
I'm just like, clearly trying to decide whether or not I could get away with.
Oh no.
A little a nibble or something. I don't know.
The doggo is standing in the room with his arms crossed. I don't know. He's looking at you a bit nervously.
I'm not gonna do anything.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay, good.
Gonna nibble his toes a little bit.
Kind of like grab it.
The chair is so
move him
wet.
around.
Please, I would. The one seems to have medical. I would rather you didn't touch the body.
I could. I've got some experience.
Stu is a professional.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Hey.
Just be careful. I can get in trouble. I'm vouching for you, letting you all in here. If you. I can get in trouble, and I don't want my brother's body disrespected.
I'm not being disrespectful.
I'm just.
Don't.
I'm just sniffing for the bad guy.
Very, very well. You clearly have interesting skills between the lot of you. Very well.
Thanks.
We're a well-rounded group.
Okay, this one might be a little harebrained, but I'm gonna go to the bar, see if I can find a toothpick or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the toothpick and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see if there's anything under his fingernails.
Anything under his fingernails?
If
Is
if
DNA
he,
testing a thing in this?
not like if he like DNA testing, but like is there like maybe like blood under his fingernails or like or skin as if he was trying to fight back or something?
Right. That is definitely. That seems like a survival thing to me. So good luck.
Thank you.
You know, works with. I don't know. There's definitely like some dirt there or something. Nothing that's clearly like.
You're a point.
God.
God
Oh!
damn.
Wow.
On second thought. Yeah, you managed to get like some blood from under those fingernails. And you can I don't know what you have to store it in, but you can retrieve it and store it in a usable state. Usable for what? I have no idea. But there it is.
Can I? Is there like enough where I can like maybe get like 2 samples, one to keep and then one to use?
2 samples. I'm a mad scientist now.
I think that'll come down to, like, you take the sample, and how much you need to get positive results for whatever you're trying to do is going to depend on other rolls later.
All right. Well, let me tell you what I'm thinking is that, like, I do want to keep some just, like, in case I can think of something to use in the future.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of want to feed a little to Stu.
Oh, no.
Good. Gonna feed him fingernail gunk?
It's like blood and stuff, you know, the good stuff. Be like, hey, can you tell what kind of creature this is from?
Yeah.
So on the one hand, you can totally do that. On the other hand, you can't. You're gonna raise the DC of any other check you want to do with it later. So instead of,
It only goes up by like 2.
yeah,
So like, if
Well-
it's not
it can go up by more than that, but you're correct. In this case, 2 is
like,
2 is the number.
yeah, in general, it usually only goes up by 2.
Yeah.
So like, if we aren't like doing anything with it immediately, it might actually be better to like just use it now, because in like a level we're gonna get another plus, and then like after that maybe it's like, you know,
Mhm.
I think it's worth it.
Come here, Stu.
Come here.
Yeah, okay. I'm coming.
You want a treat?
Oh my god.
What is it?
You want a treat?
So
This is
Fingernail
gross.
gunk.
This is fucking disgusting. You guys should be appalled with yourselves.
It wasn't my idea.
I'm not.
I will say,
At least give it to Sue, so that Stu can use their pseudopods, and I don't have to
No.
have a description of what's happening.
oh boy.
Nom nom.
So Stu, do you take the sample and what are you doing with it?
I'll just take it and put it in my mouth.
Okay.
What I'm doing with it.
Is eating it.
Well, no, I kind of store stuff in my inside.
Savoring.
If nothing else,
So hold it.
this is probably setting a bad precedent, but if nothing else, you will have a higher bonus to recognizing this fellow whenever you run into them, if you run into them, because you've got their scent.
I just don't want to hear Stu be like, it was delicious blood.
Stu, don't hold back your truth.
This is the kind of guy I would eat. Last
Okay.
option at the table.
So, if you're not doing anything immediately with it, I will give you a delayed bonus with it. You're putting together a criminal profile for this suspect.
Yeah, this medium-sized suspect.
Yeah. It's not quite a police sketch, but it's
That's something.
yeah. Other mimics would totally get it.
I don't talk to other mimics.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth the drama,
Okay,
right?
other
It's not worth the drama.
they're so fake.
Well, mimics hate each other. They do not like each other.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah. we're not a colony people. See?
Okay. God, I have so many fucking notes. So many weird notes.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be writing down fingernail gunk in my notes today, but I did.
Okay, so right now, like, other than Steris getting your hands on whoever did this, and like literally looking at their hand, like Stu is actually your best chance of recognizing the culprit at the moment.
Yes.
Get wrecked.
Stu can actually identify this person.
Excellent.
Good job, Stu.
I just got a special set of skills.
Yes, you literally have it in you.
Literally. Okay. With that, I think we will jump over to
Yeah, what's going on with Isha.
Yeah. We camera does a pan over into the rock, through the rock, and over to the big cylindrical hall with the kind of a palace building in the center. Isha, there are still 2 guards standing in front. But they look a little more relaxed now that their king has returned. There's like less of an emergency situation going on here.
Isha just walks in, I guess.
Okay. They do start to stop you. They're like they're a different set of guards than the ones that were here 12 hours ago, whatever you guys were here before. And they kind of look at each other, and then one kind of like holds up a hand. It says, we're not accepting more visitors for the night. You'll have to come back in the morning if you have business inside.
I do. It needs to be done now.
Yeah, give it to him, Isha. Give it to him.
Yeah, don't back down.
Perhaps I can relay a message if something needs to be. Who is expecting you? And another one, the other guard is like,
I'm one of Augustine's special interests. I was sent here to retrieve some of his research.
The other guard is like, that certainly checks out. Also kind of matches the description of the fellows who negotiated for the king's release, don't they? And I was like, I mean, I suppose they're pretty striking. Can you go ahead and make a diplomacy check to convince, or a deception check if you want?
I'm lying.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, that was supposed to be secret, but it's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. Yeah, they go back and forth for like a minute, and then they're like, well, go ahead. Augustine left in a hurry. I wouldn't be surprised if he left something behind. And they step aside and let you in. Yeah, they look a little alarmed as they witness you glitching around.
Yeah, it's also like Isha is only walking in a straight line, but it looks like when Isha moves, it's like she stands up and then she's like crouching, but it's like erratic,
Yeah,
and crazy.
right.
So I'm sure they're like, what the? Fuck?
Yeah, I think like they like rub their eyes and blink a couple of times. They have trouble parsing what they're saying a little bit. You make
But as soon as I'm there, I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm fucking fast as fuck.
You make your way up to the office. I don't know if you even tried the door, but it is locked. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he locked his door. Fucked up.
That's
Rude.
crazy.
Oh my god. Okay.
I just try and shoot the like door handle.
Yeah, right. You're just shotgunning you're doing the breaching shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me damage. All right. Yeah, good enough. This doesn't like do anything for the metal of the door handle, but like, you blow through the wood, and the wood kind of just like where the wood holding the handle just like launches into the room, and you can walk inside. These doors were not meant to withstand.
Yeah, there's
that.
like Isha puts like a hand in to like sweep away the debris.
Yeah.
Opens it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You walk inside. Room is very clean. There's like Seems like he folded up, closed a lot of books, put away a lot of notebooks, maybe shoved a lot of stuff in his bag before he left. It's definitely cleaner than when you guys were here before.
So I don't know what I should be looking for, but Isha does.
Fair enough.
Where are my fucking spells at? Here they are.
I guess, like, the one I'll give you for free, as you're getting your cursory look around, is there's just, like, a letter. Letter with a seal. Open envelope on his desk. Letter just sitting there. He just left it on his desk, and it's a message just saying, like, addressed to Augustine, addressed to his title, like head researcher Augustine Santalaria. We regret to inform you about a bit of an emergency at the research offices down here in Colnacourt. Someone has broken in and stolen basically stolen our catalog of Old God vault sites of catalog of the vaults of the Forgotten Ones. And it's pretty short and to the point. Just letting him know. Aside from all the flowery
Who is
language.
it from?
From like the Colnacourt head researcher. Atsaz Crower.
Hot Sauce Krauser?
Boy.
Hot sauce. Hot sauce.
Oh, not hot sauce.
Not hot sauce.
Dang.
Oh.
Isha just loads up the saddlebags.
Okay. Just ripping out books, ripping out notebooks, packing up.
I'm loading them up.
Okay. Fair enough.
There was an incident here too, head researcher.
Good, excellent. Okay.
But also, this is a special interest of Isha as well. So.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so you just load up on his books and head out. Do you want to roll to kind of look for anything in particular, or well?
Yeah, I am gonna give you a perception check because I would like to see if there's anything peculiar.
Okay.
I came here with just. Oh my god. Let me just delete this because this should be bandwidth and +1 as well.
Okay, that is done as well. We're getting through some secrets. Okay. Roll me a 1d10, but re-roll it on a 4, a 6, or a 7. 1. Wow. Okay. One of the books he left is like a. You open one of the drawers in his desk as you're looking around, as you're pulling things out. One book has kind of a page held with a not a bookmark, but one of those strings attached to the book, the built-in bookmark. I don't know what those are called. I have no idea.
built-in bookmark.
Yeah,
Look at Tassel.
yeah.
Page tab.
Page. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So it's got one of those in it, and you open it up, and it's like right on the top of the stack. In this drawer. Seems like he grabbed this relatively recently. And it's at first it's not clear what he was trying to look at. It's just kind of like a catalog of like creatures, kind of outside of his area of research, just like strange aberrations. But then you see like halfway down one of the pages, one of the two, halfway down the page, you see an entry for Rhinosnax.
Oh.
And it's basically saying the same things you guys already know, that they are manipulators of thought, that they can extract information from people without even making physical contact, and that they have been known to manipulate cults throughout the years of like dissent against the Four.
Against the Four, huh?
Indeed.
Yeah. Isha is like, if there were eyes, there would be a face, and it'd be like, well, that's not new.
The sand veiling your face rumbles a little.
But if there is nothing else here, then
Yeah, no, that's about it. So you grab a collection of his books and notes and whatever else you can find, shove them in your saddlebags, and depart. There's the, behind you as you're already off in the distance.
Oh, there. On the door it says, "Sorry, forgot my key."
Ah!
Just like etched in with like her like thumb claw.
Yeah. And as you're like leaving and heading down the hall, there's like footsteps behind you, and you just hear it. Hear a guard going like, "What the? Just like a verbal double take. But you get out of there without getting caught. And with heavier saddlebags for you. And you guys meet
yes.
back at the inn.
Yes,
Okay.
we need a good night's sleep.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, okay. You guys are able to get back and rest with no issue. If you guys want to discuss anything or get together to talk about anything beforehand, that's fine. But otherwise, you guys wake up in the morning well rested, your HP back, your spell slots back, etc.
My 1 HP.
Yeah, I guess as we're all heading back in, Isha kind of like, the Augustine guy was looking at an entry of Rhinosnax in this journal I found.
Well, perhaps as much of an annoyance as we are, he's taking our findings seriously.
Does it say how they taste? Because I'm curious.
I wouldn't recommend eating them.
It'd be
I
I
fishy.
would recommend.
He knew about the Rhinosnax even before we came through.
Unlikely. It seems more likely that he referred to this journal after you revealed the information of the Rhinosnax to him. Since it was right on top of his desk.
Yeah, definitely. Like a little hard to tell when he grabbed this book, but it definitely hasn't been in his office for like months or years or anything. It is relatively recent.
I don't know if he's the one that perpetrated the killing of Oriel, or if it was somebody else, or perhaps even one of these Ruchalics manipulated into somebody killing Oriel. At any rate, if these Ruchalics are in the past have been known to help the Four rather than hinder them, that would be cause for concern for Augustine, wouldn't it?
Oh no, it's certainly hinder the against the Four is what the
against the Four.
Yeah.
Okay. Scratch that.
I wondered when you perked up at that.
I wanted to make sure I knew which way that was going.
Yeah. It's an important note for sure.
Did you find anything else?
I found this letter. It does confirm that there was an incident in Kamakor.
Vaults are the old ones.
Yes. It's a type of seal that the Four put the original deities of this world in. As far as I'm aware, there was a powerful fae who was recently released. Of course, recently as in like the last 2 years.
Suppose in terms of deities, that is rather recent. Do these deities remain in the multiplane, or do they go somewhere else?
It is a space between space. If that is
Oh yes, I quite love those.
Yeah, if you're familiar with the concept, of course.
I am. Yes, I think I am.
I think I am. Do we know the identity of this powerful fae?
We actually do.
Oh.
I don't know which
I must.
specific one you're talking about, but there's like the Gem Lady, and there's
It is
Afana.
indeed the Gem Lady.
Okay,
The Gem Lady.
I don't remember her name.
This is their proper name. Okay.
I hope you realize that this is stuff from like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
now.
this is a bit ago. I didn't expect it to come up in casual conversation.
I will get you the name of the Gem Lady later.
I appreciate that.
I think it's on the deity list. I just don't have it up. It's like Jasp something, maybe?
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's a
Yes.
it's a red crystal.
A red crystal, okay.
Yeah.
So the vaults of the Forgotten Ones are prison?
Yes,
Okay.
precisely. It is a specialty of the Four, if you may.
I can begin to understand why people might not be so fond of these four. No offense.
Looks at stars. Yes.
All her snakes are on end. But she'll say no offense taken. I believe my god has her reasons.
Well, they all do. Although, it's interesting to me that your power is not divine in nature.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I guess we all have our secrets, then, don't we?
I suppose we do.
I say, have you tried this toast? Quite novel.
Turris senses any
Snatches a
tension.
toast out of his hand.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Have you tried this toast?
Is Envoy anywhere nearby?
Yeah, he probably comes in at some point. I don't know if he sits down directly with the group. Doesn't want to intrude. He's polite like that. But he does
Aw.
does take a seat at a table and take off his hat
And wait for an invitation. Very passive aggressive of you, Envoy.
It's a programming.
is that a
It is
Moto
his
comment or an
programming.
Isha comment?
Can't blame him. Both.
Yes.
You gotta
Let it be clear that Isha does not trust Envoy.
Noted, dear Sphinx.
I guess the more important question, was this something he could hear? Was
Oh.
Oh no! No, I don't think that Isha actually cares
Okay.
to say something like that.
okay.
Is there anything else we wanted to discuss before we talk to Envoy?
How about we don't talk to Envoy and just leave?
What do you mean?
We already got our gold. Why do we need to talk to him?
Because he said that he has employed other folks to find information, and he was going to tabulate the result or all the information and let us know what else he might have found.
Do you
Cross the
think his
T's,
other
dot the
informants
I's.
are more capable than we are?
Well, I
Frankly, I
wouldn't know.
think all the information Envoy has is from us.
It's quite possible, but it remains to be seen, I believe.
Fine, you do the talking. She'll just stand behind him. Intimidatingly.
I guess Turris will go over there.
Okay. Yeah. As you kind of approach, he will turn. He'll like shift in his chair, sit sideways in the chair, and cross one leg over the other. And like under the cloak, you can see that like the one leg has a lot of replacement parts. Like one leg is very like still shiny and smooth, and the other one has been kind of like hammered together out of like wrought iron.
Oh, I hope that didn't happen recently. Turris will say as he sits down.
Looks down and like twists the ankle back and forth, and he's like, "No, this was several years ago. Although starting to rust a little. May need to find a craftsman to repair it, replace it."
Well, I know a clockworker.
Perhaps that might be enough.
Very good. So what else did you find in your findings?
My findings are still very preliminary, but I did find a name being whispered in the streets. Perhaps of this, one of these groups I was concerned about. There's one group that has been recruiting Star Dreamers that calls themselves the Unshackled. I'm afraid I found little more than that, but I wanted to keep true to my word. Let you know what I have found.
Good.
Yes, we surely appreciate that, dear envoy.
He nods.
And if you don't have anything else for us, I believe my group is going to head down to Comic-Con then, see what we can find there.
I think that is for the best. I've decided I shall stay here for the time being. See what I can find. Seems like the recruitment starts here. I would like to know more.
Very well. Well, should you need anything else, I don't think our party is very difficult to get a hold of, and you know where we'll be.
Yes, I will come looking for you if need be. Once they repair the lift, I believe I could talk my way on, get a quick trip down.
With the lift that we saw in the cave.
Yeah.
That would be rather useful. I suppose we're going to have to hoof it. Literally, in Tokon's case.
Well, they are picky about who they let on the lift in the first place.
Oh, but they'd let you.
I have my ways.
Interesting. Oh, I should think that they'd let us use it when it works, anyhow, but I think time is a necessity.
Yes. Probably faster to make your way on foot at the moment. It sounds like it is in quite the state of disrepair.
He nods and gives a smile to Envoy, then kind of gets up, looks at Steris, and then smiles and kind of nods back to Envoy. Very well. We shall be off. And good luck in your findings.
Yes. A moment, actually. And he kind of reaches behind him and pulls out a bag of goodies that I will fill in later. I just had the realization that he would probably give you guys some sort of gift, but I don't actually know what it is yet, so for now, he hands you a bag.
Mystery box.
Something to keep you safe on your travels.
Appreciate it, dear Envoy.
He nods.
And they were roommates.
Ah. That's why Turris keeps calling him dear.
Want to know something that is so funny, Varys?
What's that?
Guess where my notes stop for that campaign and these notes begin.
Oh my god. I'm guessing before we heard the gem lady's name.
This is meta information, but I will just send it to you. It's so funny. This is so funny to me. Why?
Why? Anyhow, guess Turris and Steris will excuse themselves and return to the group.
Okay.
You should be careful to not be too trusting, Turris.
Can I, I'm gonna wave up my little pseudopods at Turris. Be like, what'd he give you?
It's a secret.
Gosh darn it.
Stars, why are you suspicious of Envoy? He is one of yours.
Aren't you the one that claimed I was overly suspicious? Why are you questioning it?
I figured you would just simply know that he is one of the Four's creations.
Go ahead and
Except for his leg.
go ahead and knock that off my list of secrets.
The only thing I trust in is Denala. Everything else is up for interpretation. And I think it's healthy to question things that seem too easy.
Ooh, love that line of logic. Speaking of easy, unless anyone has any other business in the city, I think that we should start making our way to Karma Court. Hello!
All right.
I was waiting for the tally ho. That's how you know we're moving on.
Mhm, True. All right. So you guys,
If
get on the road.
you've prepped us able to move on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like we're moving through a lot of things. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I'm so ready. Yeah, we can get you guys heading down there. So you guys start on your walk down the road. You just follow the you just kind of take a right coming out of the inn. You follow the trade road down. I would say it's like kind of to the southeast a little bit, and it just follows the wall of the gorge. Kind of doubles back every once in a while. Sometimes it kind of dips behind the wall. For whatever reason, they just like build the road through a tunnel rather than like hanging on the wall. There's one spot where you see.
I wonder why.
There's one spot where you see the road has crumbled and they've like built up a wall and then like, turn you down a tunnel. So this road seems like it's in a constant state of repair and adjustment. But it is a pretty nice road. It's got a fairly steep grade. So walking down it a little bit tiring, just because you're kind of like constantly keeping yourself from accelerating, like the carts you see kind of traveling this way, they've got like some kind of like device attached to the wheels that just like kind of constantly applies some pressure to keep it from rolling too fast. Yeah, and you guys are walking for a while, and the sun kind of comes up. You see this kind of like pretty glorious like sunrise kind of like over the gorge, and then like down into the gorge, this like sliver of light kind of lighting up. You look down over the edge of the there's kind of like waist high railing on the road, and then just like sheer cliff, if even that. Like it kind of, the cliff like rolls back out of sight under you, and you just see like this stretch of light, this growing sliver of light lighting up like the dark rocky surface way down below, like more than a mile below. Big long drop. Not sure, if any of the party members have vertigo, but if they do, it kicks in a little bit.
Isha falls. My one weakness.
Their head just sways back and forth twice, and then they're over the edge, and they're gone.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Rip Isha.
Yeah, you guys are walking for a while. It seems like there's like a bit of a slowdown up ahead, like traffic, people are moving pretty well, and then it kind of like slows down. It doesn't come to like a stop, but for whatever reason there's like a lineup of people. And as it's kind of like moving out of the way, you start to eventually see why. There's someone standing there with like a cart full of like work tools. They've got like a small work team behind them, and they're just like waving people into a side tunnel they're like telling people to go back and go into this side tunnel. And they're just telling people that they're working on, like, there was a bit of an altercation. They're just making sure that the road is still stable. And yeah, they're just kind of waving people down this side tunnel as you guys kind of approach and reach the cart. I don't know. Do you guys do anything in particular as you are approaching this situation? And no is a totally fine answer.
As they kind of pass them, I was gonna say to one of them, "I hope nothing too violent happened here."
No. The one kind of like waving people by, it's like gets into a bit of a conversation with you. It's like just some, occasionally the beasts of burden, they get a little spooked by the heights, you understand, and it can get a little scary sometimes. But everything's good. Like I said, we're just nothing wrong up ahead. We're just making sure that the road is stable. Making sure there's no lingering issues. And as they're kind of explaining this to you, there's like a whistle from behind them, from a drow fellow, kind of wearing a half face mask, very like kind of pale, kind of iridescent skin, visible on his hands and like the little bit of his face you can see. He like whistles and then gives a little bit of a wave, and the person standing by the cart, it's like, oh, it actually looks like we're all done. You can go on through if you'd like. And they step aside.
Yeah, perfect timing, would you say?
Well, for you, perhaps. Hundreds of people we've sent down the detour, just so happens, I suppose.
Nobody got hurt during this rock slide, did they? We got a friend that came by earlier. Gives them the description of Augustine. Did you happen to see him?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. But they say, no one like that has passed by today. And really no one, had to sedate the animal, but it's nothing serious. No one really got hurt. And by we, I mean we didn't sedate the animal, but the merchant whose cart, you understand.
Yes, of course.
And yeah, as he's talking, you don't really notice anything untoward, anything strange.
In that case, tally ho!
All right. You step forward, and there is a sudden hiss and you see at the last moment, this fellow you're talking to just like sucks in a breath, and you hear a hiss below you, and then there's a boom, and this red puff of dust explodes around all of you. And like this burning sensation fills your nostrils and your mouth, and you cannot help but cough. We'll get to the fortitude saves eventually. But like through this dust comes that human figure who is now... That figure is like melting away, and you see the form of the deep gnome from yesterday coming at you with a lance that had just looked like a shovel. And that is where we will pick it up next time, as they shout...
Oh my fucking god.
As they shout, "You'll pay for Oriole!"
Oh my god.
No, you'll pay for Oreo!
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, the other thing of note, you guys hit level 2, so you will have all of the resources and stat updates and everything from that for this fight. So go ahead and like take whatever extra spells, whatever the level gives you, you'll have it for this fight next week. Yeah. Thank you guys for playing. I had a lot of fun this session.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And hopefully
Bruh.
things feel like they're ratcheting up a little more from last session.
Nah, they are. Oh my goodness.
Excellent.
We're both pointing fingers at each other. No, you killed Oriole.
So how do we actually go about leveling up in this?
First thing you do is you'll just change your level number to 2. And then like that'll automatically
Oh, you can actually just change that. Okay.
Yep.
I was trying to change my experience and it wasn't going higher than 1,000.
Oh yeah, no. Everyone set your experience to just
0.
we'll call it, 0 is fine. We'll just call it 190 XP. So you'll be a level 2, 0 experience. Changing the level number from 1 to 2 will give you your like trained everything you're like trained in and everything will go up by 1. Your HP will automatically go up by what it's supposed to. All of that stuff will change automatically. What you want to do from there is probably look at your class page on Archives of Nethys, the website I've been sending you guys over and over. And then just look at the level 2 entry on there and see what feats and stuff you're supposed to put in. And what kind of like updates are supposed to be there. And yeah. If you guys have any questions about that through the week, let me know. So you'll probably have a class feat, you'll have a skill feat. Rogue is probably not the one I should be looking at. There.
Yeah, I was like, Rogue's got a skill feat every level. So
Yeah. So let me just pull up Summoner. They're a little more limited. Yeah, you'll get a skill feat, you'll get a class feat. Since we are playing with
Sick.
free archetype, do you get an archetype feat yet? You get those at
you do.
Yes, I see it in my character sheet.
Okay, so you'll want to pick an archetype as well and take an archetype dedication. So there won't be anything too wild from your archetype yet. You'll just get a dedication that'll give you like a skill maybe, and among some other things, some other proficiencies. But if you're not sure what to do for your archetype, yeah, get with me in a voice chat sometime this week and we can talk about it.
Alrighty.
It's kind of like how you can multi-class, but you can also just, you can be part barbarian, you can be part like bard, all of those things. You can also just be like, I'm going to be an acrobat or an archaeologist or, a pirate, and be something a little more thematic. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and close down stream really quick, and then I'll be back, and I'll be around for a little bit to answer any questions anyone has.
Sounds good. GG's. Thanks for running it.
Yeah. Thanks again for playing.
Thank you. Another great session.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Alrighty. Thank you guys for hanging out for Pathfinder. I had a lovely time. I'm gonna give some shout outs to the other streamers that I play with, the other folks that join me for this game. We of course have the lovely Voraktee and Rhinosnax. And why am I blanking so hard? Blanking so hard. Hold on, let me cheat. Let me pull up my YouTube. But yeah. So, Voraktee and Rhinosnax are joining us for this campaign. It has been lovely to have them. Oh, I'm gonna have a cooldown before I can. This was a silly idea. Let's do the other shout out, shall we? We will be back. I don't remember my own commands. Gosh darn. Let me see if this works. There we go. There we go. And then we'll do one for V as well. Okay. Sorry, this is so scuffed. We will be back tomorrow.
Oh, what the hell is this gun did I just pick up? Is this the... Alright. Sorry, I hate it when I laugh like that, but I can't help it. Alright.
Tomorrow I'm going to prep more of this campaign, and then we'll play a game. That's the plan. Tomorrow is prep and probably Final Fantasy VII. And then Tuesday we will be doing music. We'll be producing some music for this very campaign, and then playing a game. And then Thursday is Zomboid, which may or may not be streamed. And then Saturday is the campaign once again, of course. 1 week from today. And until then, I hope you all have a lovely night and a lovely week, and I'll see you all again real soon. Goodbye.
Oh no! No!
Now.